feel like they're reaching a slightly higher high than RRQ.
This is even without mentioning how dirty and scrappy things could get. This is the Brawl server we're talking about, Indonesia. Do you think we're going to see a little bit of that, gentlemen? Is that where the meta is going? Because we've seen Falcon Esports and Fnatic Onyx stretch what's possible in the draft alone. Gameplay-wise, it's what we're used to coming from these two regions. Do you think now that we're going into this MPLID rematch, we're going to see, a lot of fights, double-doubles at the end of the day?
Double-doubles, double numbers.
Yeah.
Like, we're talking 20-20. 20 minutes too, triple.
Triple-double?
They went
double.
that way. Some games in
pusa.
that finals went that way.
Successful.
If it's possible anywhere,
Guys,
it's possible
wala.
with two of
Ayo.
Indonesia's finest teams, and hopefully we get to
Welcome
see
back.
that
We back.
into fruition from both of them. But nonetheless, it's the
Kulit ng
story of
puso ko.
a full
Papatay
lineup
ko
of
yung...
rookies and the story of Skylar.
Kinailangan
leading
ko
some new
patayin
additions as well.
yung
But who will lead that path to
keyboard.
glory?
Here we see RRQ Hoshi, the story of
Kulit ng pusa ko,
Skylar.
guys.
King Skylar now. I can remember
I
it
thank
like
you.
it was yesterday. When it was
Blue
his
means.
first M-Series, M3 in
Ming.
Singapore, he was but one of the rookies.
Ang
I
kulit
think that was
ng
one of his
pusa,
first
guys,
major
promise.
outings. And
Nakaka-stress.
that's where he met one of his longtime friends in OHEB.
Kinagat pa
That was
ako.
an interesting bond. That was such a precious moment seeing them get to know
Oh my
each
God,
other and
kinakalmot
share
na
the
niya
success that they did
ang
on that
monitor.
stage. And now look at him, he's the king.
Yan, mag-elo ka dyan.
I mean, he's definitely a monster, and I love this
Mag-ilaw ka
showdown
dyan,
of Brawl server teams because for me,
Ang cute, diba?
Indonesia has always
Ah,
been the
kitty.
aggressive server, the micro
Si
mechanic
Ming.
server, and the meta does fit them
Okay.
right now.
Meow.
It does work
Meow.
out, but also
Meow.
it seems like
Meow.
both of these teams have really smartened
Meow.
up in terms of how they approach this. And with the way we've been seeing this, do we think it is just who brawls better? Or is it really going to come down to
I'll
drafts like
restrain
what we saw in
myself
the last
na
series?
lang.
When you get this far into
Hello po,
MLBB
Ina
esports, the
Bingbing.
upper echelons of our competitive scene, you can't just force a certain style.
Here
so
we are.
To answer the
Uy,
question,
huwag kang tatalon
even
dyan,
if
please.
we are expecting doubles, triple doubles,
Shoutout Marcelo
I think there
Beranga.
has to be
Hello po.
some evolution, some adaptation.
Wala yung mga
So, if we're
tropa
gonna take
natin
anything from the series prior,
family ang kanilang kasama.
these two teams have to
I'll
evolve. They
restrain
can't
myself
just
na
rely
lang.
on their instincts to suddenly just say, yeah, we'll just keep fighting.
Well, if we go into
Ang kulit
double-doubles
niya.
or triple-doubles, then you're talking about some very long games. I think on average,
nakaka-stress.
during at least the Swiss stage, we were looking at 15-minute games,
Oh, yeah.
right, on average. But if you're talking about triple-doubles, that's 25 minutes plus.
As long as you get past the 20-minute mark, I'll call that an extra long game. Coach T, what is an extra long
Coach
game
T.
for you?
At this point of the meta, yeah, 20 plus minutes. Not many games are
Ah,
reached that. You
nag-announce na?
asked me a
Ay,
year or two
nag-announce na?
ago, I would
Tingnan
say
natin.
20 minutes is we're
Is
still
mid.
we're
Totoo
still
ba?
mid, yeah,
Nag-announce
we're
na?
like mid late. We're on the 7 out of 10 right there. At this point of meta, 20 minutes is you're hit that 10 point. Both teams are getting maxed items. Very rarely are we seeing every player hit all 6 items right now in the current meta.
Oh my God,
I
the
think-
moment
I remember back before being on
Ito,
the desk
kailangan
and I was
kong
watching
ilayo.
the Swiss stage. The longest game I saw there was 35 minutes. That was Ofetnar up against DFYG.
We got there.
We got there. I don't think we got there again.
We hit a 37.
Nag-announce na?
Was it 37?
When did that happen?
Saan nila announce,
Swiss?
guys?
I think so. I can bring up the stats.
I mean, I believe it. I know that BTK had a really long game. Couple really long games down to 20. I know there was a couple games that went the long haul. If there was a 37-minute game, it
wala
was
naman
definitely
sa'yo
on my
nun,
off day, and I'm glad I was not here for it.
All right, well, we'll check the stats. But for now, we do have
Di ba
an
yata yun announce,
interview
guys? Grabe naman kayo.
on deck for
Uy,
y'all.
huwag
to learn
ka,
more about the
monitor
ins and outs
yan,
of this
please.
matchup coming in.
Tingnan natin na
Let's watch
port
this.
yan.
Thank you, Penna, and it's me here,
Okay, katrabaho. Okay,
Poji.
mga trabaho
Together
si-
with me here,
ano?
Team
Si Doggy.
Liquid Idea. How are you guys?
Di naman siya
And now
toxic
we're
sa
having
trabaho,
Fabian
guys.
and as well Aran. To Fabian, how are you, my
Hindi,
man?
walang ganun.
Good.
Siyempre may personality siya.
And now, Fabian,
Pinupo nga ako niyan
I need
minsan na
something- I need to know
na-awkward
something.
ako eh.
Do you have any message to Sujin of
joke lang yan.
RRQ?
Ano,
Give me something
ang
spicy.
pinupo niya yung mga boss namin natin sa TNC.
For
Pero okay siya,
Sujin,
okay siya, okay siya.
I think-
Promise.
What? Let's
Na-announce
give-
ba? Na-announce
let's
ba talaga?
give
Guys,
our
di ko alam
best
ah.
gameplay,
Ako wala akong...
Like in MPL ID
Saan may kita yan?
And then
Evos
watch
Albert
out
makes
in
sense.
Turtle dan Lord. Ha!
Okay yung si Albert.
Wow, wow. But
Sikat
then
pa.
again, because soon
Saan
you
may
are
kita yung
having,
mga announcement na yan?
it's almost like final in MPLID again.
Ay,
Team
meron
Liquid
nga siya,
ID
may raid
versus
party nga sila. Si
RRQ.
Odin nga yung
How does
host, oh.
the team feel?
I don't know. Maybe just same like MPL.
IGNFB, saan guys? Palik ka.
Alright, quite nice. But
Saan
then
yan?
again, to
Palik
Aran,
ako.
to whoever that win this matchup will get to Aziata. How prepared are you guys?
I think we very
Guys, kill
confident
Miami sila. Aba.
because I think we only need to
Okay ginagaya
do what
tayo
we do
ng
on
mga
the final
tropa
MPL,
natin
so
ah.
we can win.
Joke lang.
Because I heard you have a 95 or to 96%
Where? Instagram?
confidence. But now, can I know, is it almost 99.9999% confident wins against RRQ?
I think still 96%.
Too nice of them. But then again, before we turn to RRQ Hoshi, maybe you can give us something mewing or something, spicy to
Rumors
RRQ
pa lang to
Hoshi.
eh.
Let the lead to them. Something like that, can I?
O just semi lang yun guys.
Aran,
Pero
Aran,
hindi ko alam.
do something to Cam.
Oh,
Usually, Aran,
Talo,
Aran is quite good,
talo,
but
F na,
then again,
panalo.
maybe
Ay,
they are
F-knock.
too confident. Oh, they don't want to spill anything.
Onic,
They are afraid
talo, Onic.
RRQ will
Pero,
know about
ay,
it.
Onic,
But then again,
Indo.
let's hear something from Rose.
Thank you very much to Poji. And right now, I'm with Skylar and Susajin over at
Skylar,
the RRQ
ito matindi rin
Hoshi
talaga.
player
Ganda ng
booth.
laban nito,
Guys,
Skylar versus Aaron
They were
Shikiding.
too humble just now, don't you think so?
Very humble.
Very humble. Do you think is it because they're scared to lose?
I don't know, maybe they just respect us.
Maybe they respect you. Skylar, what do you think? Do you think they're too humble just now?
Yeah, it's very humble.
Do you like it or you don't like it?
I like it.
You like it. Okay, now, I'm just going to say this. You guys had a very smooth journey. The first team to qualify for the knockout stage, right? So going up against Team Liquid Indonesia, how do you
Live ba si
feel? Are you
Mirko?
nervous?
No, we're pretty excited for this match because this is the match we've been looking for and our preparation also good. So we are confident enough for this
Mga
match.
utang pa pala ako
Confident,
sa
and you guys have
gigapon.
prepared. So will we be seeing something out of the normal later on?
Yes, for sure.
For sure. Okay, now, Skylar, if you win this
Kapit tayo dyan, mga
game,
boss.
right? You're guaranteed
You know?
top 4 already.
Acid
That
reflux
means
is life,
you will actually get
but
a chance to
coffee
play
is
at
lifer.
Axiata Arena, the place, the very legendary place where EVOS Legend won, right? So, do you think you can actually win this today
Chill muna tayo
to be
mga
able
tol.
to qualify for
Ano tayo?
Axiata Arena?
Chill gaming.
Rasa boleh menang ke hari ni?
Hindi rin naman natin to,
We are ready
Hindi rin naman natin to
to win
mga team.
with,
So,
against
chill
Team
out,
Liquid,
chill out,
and
series
then
muna tayo. Attack muna tayo COC.
already
Pwede.
preparation.
Ay.
Yeah, udah.
Udah prepare. Skylar,
Udah,
if you're
prepared.
already prepared, what is the score, your prediction?
Last time 4-3, but in MCS in 3-2.
3-2. You want to give a good fight as well, but you will win. But you will win?
Yes.
Okay, now Sutsujin, you said that you guys have prepared for this
COC
matchup.
muna tayo.
But Fabian said, watch out in the Lord and the Turtle. What do you want to say to Fabian, Sutsujin?
Di ko alam. Trip
I
din.
will be careful.
Napanood mo na yung ice cream namin Mirko kasi nag-100. Ano talaga ba?
You know what? Okay, fine.
Uy, congrats!
You got
Nag-
told to
100
watch
ka na
out,
si
you will
Mirko.
be careful.
Congrats!
Hopefully, you win the red trees
Idol
this time
yan.
around.
I hope.
You hope so? Okay, Skylar, last one, okay? Aran yesterday told me he is 96% confident that he will win today. How many percent confident are you?
100.
100% confident.
Of course, yes.
Anything you want to say to Team
Ganon.
Liquid before we start?
Apa ya bang?
Apa mau bilang dekat Team Liquid?
Yang bagus-bagus lah. Ya, good luck, have fun lah. Ya, just rematch grand final in Indonesia.
Sige,
Yang
tingnan
bagus-bagus
natin.
saja.
Tingnan natin.
All right, only the
Ah,
good
panoorin
things.
natin yan
Thank you very
mamaya.
much, guys. Good luck. And with that, let us show it back to the panel to
Tatak tayo.
start Game 1 of this
Nagpa-farm ako
rematch
ngayon.
of
Dami kong
MPLID.
builder o 3. Kailangan ko na...
Terima kasih Rose, terima kasih Popo G, and of course, Aran and Fabian from Team Liquid, Sutujin and Skylar from RRQ. Gentlemen, I'll tell you now, I'm pretty split down the middle. On an individual
Ito.
level, I love RRQ. King Skylar, the mercenary Sutujin.
Kailangan ko ng
I've grown so
air diff.
fond of them. But as a team, Liquid
Ano?
ID is undeniable.
Tony Stark ng
Fabian,
Pinas, let's go.
Aaron Shiki, they get the job done. Even Witty.
Sana mag 100k din tayo. Pero ano pa naman, kakastart pa lang ng channel natin. I mean, 2016 ko ginawa yung channel, pero when it comes to like constant na pag-post, sa ano, medyo ba, ano pa tayo.
Well, I think it's, you're in this position where, you're on the world stage now, where it's not just about a team anymore. It's about support, representing Indonesia as a whole, right? And unluckily, they get drawn against each other, so they have to face each other. And no matter what, one of them goes down today. So, no, it's not a time to talk smack, have fun. I think both of them know what's at stake here, and both of them know what this means.
Talking about the matchup incoming. We have a quote here from King Styler.
Sulit ba?
He is sharing to us about a promise he made to his teammates back in M4. When his old teammates, again, OGs from ID, Vin, Clay, Albert, R7, when they all left RRQ, he felt sad because they all fought together hard to give their best in M4 and they only finished third. So this time, he promises that if he wins this time in M6,
bad news.
It will also be for them.
He's climbing up that ladder. I mean, this match literally is going to determine top 4 placement. That's one step closer to third place already. And his head is in the right space in this world tournament. He definitely has what it takes to pull this off.
One step closer to fulfilling a promise he made to Vin, Clay, Albert, and R7.
Yeah, these are guys that he played with for a long time. Like you said, I consider these are OGs, right? And this is the possibility for Skylar. There's something in my gut that says they can definitely
malinis
pull it
gumalaw
off
ang ating
grand finals. There's
malinis ang ating galawan today.
Finally RRQ's time, and so many people have been wanting it. So many people want to at least see them on that grand final stage. But they got to get through TLID first.
Historically, RRQ has a knack for finding themselves in the middle of historic events. Real quick, to validate our query about the longest game in M6 so far, it was indeed a 35-minute bout in the wild card.
Malinis ang ating galawan, mga tol.
And RRQ Akira, 35 minutes. That's what you were watching. That's what you were referring to.
Yeah, and that's a pretty long game, 35 minutes. And again, like I said, with Indonesia, both teams fight it out the first and second seed. The brawl server, in effect. Hopefully we get some spicy engagements in another series that goes all the way to game 5.
Pinaka-clean ko na ata kaso wala kasi.
Wrongfully said,
wala kasi,
37 minutes, it was actually 27.
Troops, defense troops. Kaya madali.
27. It was Twisted Minds versus
sa podcast,
Falcon
sana mag-100 kita
that
sa
went
podcast.
27 minutes. That was won by Twisted
Confident
Minds.
na mag-attack ng COC.
There is still the potential
Talata next career ko, COC streamer.
To make it work, make it happen here on the world stage. But talking about history, RRQ. I don't know if maybe Skylar was part of this. The longest game in M series so far was in M3. RRQ Hoshi versus Blacklist International, 35 minutes, 35 seconds. Equal numbers.
That's a nail biter right there, man. Especially like M3 times, especially Blacklist when they were a team that was known.
Mag-iisip nga ako ng mga plano paano tayo tatami ng mga subscribers. As it stands kasi ngayon, guys, yung content ko, ang hirap pala na live. Kunwari may M6, tapos di ba nag-restream ako? Hindi kaya ng energy na constantly maghanap ng mga podcast. Sabay, meron tayo ng restream palagi. So parang ano siya, hindi kaya ng oras. Ngayon, di maghanap ng mga guests sa ngayon. Akala ko nga mas madaling maghanap ng guest, pero mas mahirap pala pag ganito. Pag may event, ang hirap mag-attack ng mga tao. And, well, busy rin naman talaga yung mga tao sa ngayon. Akala ko madali talaga. Mas madali pa nga ata kung nandun ako sa Malaysia maghanap ng podcast guest. Pinag-isipan ko na rin yan na iniisip ko na rin na pumunta ng Malaysia para mag-podcast. So, masyado mahal tickets. Hindi kaya naman.
Where is the kingdom?
Si Justin Brownlee.
There we go.
Very rare is the kingdom not present. I'm pretty sure the cavalry has something to say.
Wala lang.
Where's the cavalry?
Just to burn the time.
Uh-oh.
Wala, walang cavalry.
They're there.
Hindi, malakas
I don't
talaga
know if your
yung
team's gonna
ano.
win with that kind of energy.
Yeah.
They're humble.
Hindi afford yung amateur
The
team.
humbleness has spread out.
Ayoko kasi, guys, nalulungkot kasi ako pag
Why
may
are teams
underpaid
scared now?
na
Is it because of what
player.
happened with Falcon and Fnatic?
So,
Like,
di kaya
if
ng
that
konsensya ko na magbayad
is
ng
a
mga 10K,
50-50,
10K or pakain lang.
what
Di kaya ng
more
konsensya ko
ID
yun.
versus ID?
I think the situation's different because they're both Indonesian
Knowing na
teams. So I
napakahirap
think
maging player sa
the
Pinas.
crowd is a collective.
Ang
They
hirap
have
maging player sa Pinas
insurance, right? They
kaysa
know
sa
whoever
overall
wins
competition,
this,
nakakabaliw.
Indonesia as a whole gains a placement into top 4
Ito,
as
laban
a
na ng RRQ
region.
TLID
everyone
na
get-
mismo ngayon na mismo.
Just
Si
tired
Judas
out by
laughed.
watching and
Oo,
enjoying the
pinapanood
first
natin.
series of the day.
Everyone spent their energy on the first series. No, I think once this game gets going,
Yeah, dude.
the energy will start to ramp back up. I think the humbleness will start to
Pinakamagaling
get pushed
mag-cast.
down into the bottom of their stomach, and the fan
20K yun na di
will come
nilagpasan
out.
ko, di
Because
ko kasi
once the
kailangan.
game gets going, once that
Kailangan
draft
ko ngayon
starts,
gold
once we
tsaka
jump into the land of Dawn,
Gold
that's when
tsaka
it really
Elix.
begins.
Here's the hope in, especially when the players walk
hirap
out.
naman niya.
I'm
Anong-
gonna put y'all on the spot,
Kung
gentlemen. Gut check.
pinakamagaling
Who do you
sa
predict is
analysis sa
gonna win
ngayon,
the series?
Hold on.
No
Si
throwing it back.
Night Mid.
I got them under my pandas over here.
Night Mid sa Tagalog.
I
Sa
got
English, yun naman
what
matindi
do you
mag-analyze
think?
ngayon sa English.
You want to go first?
No, you just said you have yours.
Si Renmar
What is it?
solid
Oh,
din eh.
there you go.
Renmar solid din.
You know, it's funny. I concur. I
English
think
cast
that,
na play-by-play,
RRQ will be
daming
the one. I mean,
magaling.
like you
Pambira.
said, they've had a smoother journey so far inside of M6. They've
Pag
had
play-by-play,
Compared to Fnatic
oh,
Onyx, now
hirap.
it's cleaner. Yeah.
It is cleaner. I mean, even both of these teams, they face some of the same opponents, right?
Nice
Team
or
Spirit.
Mirko.
Let's use them as an
Siguro.
You
example.
have a score with that, Trex?
Tapos
Do I have a score?
ang hirap
I
sagutin.
think, it's
Parang wala
best of
atang
five. I don't have any
pinakamagaling kasi
threes.
magkakaiba
No
ng
threes here.
nasa
No
style eh.
threes.
Style
What would you
yung
say?
importante. Hindi naman yung mismong
Since
galing.
it's me and,
So ang hirap ang
me and
sagutin nila.
it's gonna be 3-2.
Of
Si
course.
Carl, di ko nga alam eh. Nabisi daw siya
That's how
si
the Florida
Cebu eh.
brothers
Parang
roll.
busy yata lalo sila ngayon. So di ko na alam.
I want to risk it here.
You got
Baka
this.
pang next
Don't
year
you
na
do
yan.
it.
Baka mangyari.
I
Ayun.
went to social media. I already put it up. I'm currently 100%
Sa
prediction
Cool Pulse,
rates
so
with
gusto-
winners
gusto
in the
kong-
knockout stage.
Okay.
So it's out there. It's out there. It's on X.
But what,
Gusto ko
how
sana
do you think
mag-guess
it's
sa
gonna
Cool
go?
Pulse. Then
How
mas
many
gusto ko
matches?
mag-guess sa
I
ano.
think 3-1.
Sa bago
3-1.
matulog. Doon tayo. Feeling ko
I think
makaka-drive ko yung
3-1.
mga
Again,
tao doon.
the collective when it
Hydra.
comes to
Wala pa kasi
TLID,
ang Minion
despite
Prince na
how
ano eh,
creative they
levels
can get as they were in the Swiss,
Papangit kasi,
I
ang
think
bababa kasi nung
that should be
ng ano.
a better ramp up.
ito.
So, real quick, it's a 3-2, 3-2, 3-1, but RRQ for you, gentlemen. And I did say Cavalry, I did say Liquid.
Well, in the upper bracket finals for season 14 of MPLID, it was, what, 3-2, right?
4-3.
Was it
upper bracket, upper bracket. Yeah,
It was 3-2.
It always goes down the
Ito,
line
ba't
between
pa
these
shootin
two.
tong
Yeah.
So-
RRQ had the advantage.
So they always go the distance, at least from the upper bracket finals in the grand finals from MPLID. So that's why I say all the way. Plus, I'm telling you, every time you put us
Oy,
together,
pumaling. Di dumiretso.
it goes all the way to the final game.
I just think that
Pero pwede
TLID
na rin.
has
Damage
enough
is
in them
damage.
to definitely take at least 2 games here. It's definitely down the line. It's definitely a coin flip. TLID could come out on top.
Kailangan
But I
trigger
think
itong
RQ's
bomba.
steadiness is going to
Trigger
take
yung
them to a victory here. I think TLID still has some.
Trigger ka
They have
na.
very good highs, but they've also had some
Di na
bad
trigger?
lows. You know, they're
Paano may
still kind
trigger
of
yan?
on the roller coaster to where RQ feels like they're kind of, just coasting.
And
may trigger
consistent is
yan?
good, but you know what's better? Getting the match started. Let's welcome our teams on stage. It's RRQ Hoshi
Lah.
and Team Liquid ID.
Paano ma-trigger yung bomba?
Many
Ayun!
attempted to
Doon
invade
tayo
the
nadali.
kingdom, yet they still stand strong before us. They're here for vengeance, redemption, and the throne. Viva RRQ Hoshi!
Yun lang. Disaster.
As their opponents, the champions of MPLID.
The Calvary already had the King of Kings bowing to them before. Now,
Where is my king?
they look to repeat history on the World Championship stage. Let's go, Team Liquid
Okay.
Indonesia!
Shoot that ball. I think we're good. Ang ubos ko na lang to.
And their coaches leading them into the action. RQ's own Coach Kez Cute NNM. For Team Liquid ID, it's Coach Saint Lucas and Facehugger. Gentlemen, I'm getting the goosies.
Facehugger.
The Goosies.
Parang sobrang kilala ko yung facehuggers. Hindi ko narinig yung
3-1
facehugger
might have
before.
been an understatement. I do think now, after seeing them march on, it
Now
might
you're
be a
feeling
3-2.
it? Now you're feeling it?
Yeah.
You think it's possible?
Any less than a 5-game series
Would be a disappointment.
would be less than what we expected because you already reached the peak in
Swaggers.
Bandung.
Wala na.
The Kingdom versus the Cavalry on its way.
Yeah,
There we
man.
go. Now you hear the crowd going wild. Ready
Road to
for
100
these teams
yan
to
mo
fight it
pwede.
out. Indonesia's finest. The first
Kailangan
and the
mabigat
second
yung unit.
seed.
Totoo ba?
Liquid ID, a little bit more comfortable. They were the reigning champs in Season 14 of MPL Indonesia.
King of King
Can
sa Onyx? Sino
RRQ
nagtatawag na
get
King
their
of
revenge?
King sa Onyx?
Talking
Parang wala
about
naman nung
Indonesia's finest, you have
narinig. Parang
here
hindi ko pa
on
narinig yun.
The center of your screens, the ghost of Jakarta, Yehezkiel, currently #1 in average KD ranking all throughout M6.
Wala pa kasi
with
ako nung...
15.5.
Ito, Max.
Trumping
Yung
just
problema
barely
kayo di ako
his teammate, Aaron
pag-Hydra.
Shiki, the untouchable Kelra,
Pangit pa kasi
Skylar,
nung
and
ano ko,
Super Freeze. You know why they
equipment.
call him the ghost?
Ayun o.
Because you can't see him. You
No,
can't kill him.
because he only dies once.
Kulang pa, kulang pa. Ito yung
He
sobrang
went
crucial
wrong
eh.
like 3 times. He could have got it right. No, but ladies and gentlemen, that is a fact. He has
Actually,
only
pwede ko
died
nung
once
i-max pala
every
giant
game
aura.
since making
Pwede
it
na pala
to
mag-Hydra.
the knockouts at least.
Tataas na to eh.
Aaron Shiki
Tingin ko,
though,
1-6.
the stat is still true.
Ito
6
kasi
games
yung, ano eh,
unkillable,
habol ko,
but he's
1.
still just second to Yehezkiel.
So
Mahal
if he's the
kunin.
ghost, does that make Aaron Shiki
Hirap pag
the immortal?
COC.
That's
I
deep.
mean,
He hasn't died in 6 games.
for sure I can say he's untouchable.
Untouchable.
No one can find
At
him.
check ko yung info ng Gigabomb.
No one can
Kasi
find him. Let's see if Skylar and the gang can do just that. We had a chat with Team Liquid ID here.
1
We asked
minute
him,
guys, mag-start tayo.
It seems like a faded rematch.
Hindi ako,
Any
wala pa ako
messages to
wala pa ako
RRQ?
next destination guys.
Wanna do a good fight?
In all
Who has
honesty,
the
wala
better
pa naman
entry?
talagang
Sujin.
nag-o-offer. So,
And be careful in
Ano pa
lane
tayo?
because I will solo kill you.
That sounds like a
basta-
Fabian
Ay,
thing.
gagi.
What did Aaron say?
Dyron, if you lose, it's okay. Just don't
18.
get eliminated or go to the airport.
Aaron, though, a little more
Dami.
encouraging. Let's go, Skylar. See you. So he's got kind words. Is this odd? Why is
Pwede ko
suddenly
na nga ito,
Aaron
update
the
ko
humble one?
The nice guy.
Yeah. Was he not the one who said,
Wait,
I want to
ano to?
face Skylar? I want to face Kelra?
Because he wants Kelra.
Oh, he just wants Kelra.
He just wants
So
Kelra.
everyone but Kelra.
Everyone but Kelra's
Oh.
cool.
Where's Marky
just wants
Nito and
Kelra.
Dagang?
All right. Let's see how
sila?
far he can take this unkilled streak. Again,
dito?
0 deaths in 6 games
may
so far
may
here in
lakad
the
po eh.
knockouts. In about 20 seconds,
Marky and
we're going
Dilar,
into game
Marky
#1.
and
Gentlemen, I'm
Hito,
just excited to see how
family
far the map
gathering,
can evolve
hate,
once more because
may
that
sariling
first series
lakad
today
din.
definitely showed us
Family
a
din
lot of
pala.
universal truths in drafting.
Speaking of universal truths, today we're going to possibly see just why the title, the Brawl server, was donned in
High draft.
Indonesia. As we are now jumping into the draft for game number
Kite
1
sweeper, oh.
of our second series for
Sige,
the
tatry ko
day.
yung Hydra.
The first
Thank
versus
you.
the second seed, Team Liquid ID.
Seryoso, parang
up
gusto ko na nga
against
seryosohin ng
RRQ
seryoso
Hoshi.
talaga yung COC kasi dami
So
pa lang
TLID already
nagsi-COC.
kind of doing their homework.
Oh,
They
ano tayo dyan?
know that RRQ loves to slot up this 1-1 early in the first phase. And TLID taking it off. And this is already a start to a very different draft of what we saw previously. Now, something else they took off the field is the Bruno. Now, Leo, do you
Time
think
to take the field.
the prio of this match is going to be way different than the prio of last match? How the Joy became so important, how the Bruno became so important. Do we think it's going to be a completely different playing field here?
Oh yeah, for sure. Already we're seeing a lot of, how do I say, tailored bans for each team and specific picks coming through. Not a single Jushin was showed in the first series today, so that is the priority. Giving it over to Yehezkiel. RRQ, what they can trade for
Sushin.
is,
Ano to? Suyo?
a Hilda.
Joy, ako dito, Joy.
That's a breakout pick from
Joy
that
Chu.
season of MPLID. You also have the
Joy
Hylos
plus
still
Cho.
out.
Para
and
di na
about.
problema, Hilda.
Suyo, still there.
Joy
as
Chu,
well.
please. Joy
And
Chu.
the Cho, which still can be flexed, roam, or the XP lane, but
Para
with
ano
that
din,
Zushin
deny
first
pick
pick,
na
I mean,
rin.
we've seen how much of a threat it can be, right? The crowd control, able to have a massive
Joy Chu,
AoE
sabay Hylos
range
Liquid.
to give a lot of teams trouble. There's a reason why this hero's banned out majority of the time. And a quick response back from
Valen
RRQ
muna.
Hoshi.
Iba talaga
There goes
pwede
that
na.
show
Iba talaga
with
si
Valentina alongside.
I like the Valentina, I like the Cho, and I like how they don't slot up the jungler first, because what we learned from the last series is it's rock, paper, scissors out there right now.
Maganda sa Liquid.
First, with the way the bans are looking, there's still plenty of counter options in there. TLID, on the other hand, is going to be the one who has to do it. They pick up the Hilda, they pick up the Suyo. If I'm RRQ at this point, do we lock in the Joy?
Win rate on Joy is still very good, especially against its rock, paper, scissors contemporary.
Pag-usapan namin ni Marco paano enjoy, di ba? Pag-usapan namin ni Marco paano namin
pick it up just cause it's clear as day. This is going into the hands of Sutsujin. Going into the ban, second phase. Coach Kez taking out the Belleric, which is again a solid counter to the Joy and the Cho. You just stand in the middle, rather than Dryad. Stop this nonsense.
This is going to be challenging. I mean, already having the Cho on your side,
Evas Albert
that was something that
makes
could have
sense.
gave the
Makes
Joy a
out
little
of
bit
sense.
of trouble, but now
Okay
it's
lang,
going to work in
malaki si Albert. Kaso kasi Kyrie katapat niya doon malamang. Hirap makalaro yun.
TLID is going to try and take that away, because if they lock in that Tig, they flex this Cho into the XP lane, they have some great defense, especially with the Hilda, who's going to want to invade in that jungle. But Joy, we've seen the mobility, we've seen the farm rotations. It's hard to match up with.
Now, I will say this, one of Edoc's signature
And
picks
Martis
is the Cho,
on,
big chance. I think they keep it on him. I mean, there is the flexibility possibility, but Edoc Cho it's known. It's considered, you know, like the pick for Edoc here. And RRQ loves the slot. And what's surprising me is they didn't lock in gold early. They saved Skylar for last. And at this point, I think they saved Skylar for very last. They probably lock in EXP here. Maybe they go for the swap and lock in Rome. But they decide to go for the Gatot, which, like I said, I think that's going to be EXP, and now TLID has to respond.
What do they put on the invincible Aaron Shaky? Once more confirmed to have no deaths in the past 6
Pwede
games
ka magharit pa dito.
Still
Si Aaron
open is
Shaky.
the Beatrix.
Pero knowing
you
him,
put the Beatrix on Aaron?
Or the Natan.
Bea sila.
Both of them still up for grabs.
Pero ako harit.
Right now, you are going to have to worry about a heavy dive-centric composition.
Pwede sila mag-Bea Kaja. Bea Kaja, Bea Franco, or Harit.
Harit at the best. Dive in and look for those solo pick-offs and isolation plays. And then on top of that, you have the Valentina to kind of worry about as well.
Lockdown
right now,
na isa.
not really the best
malapit na
ultimate,
stun.
let's say, for the Valentina to profit on so far.
They go for like
Glue?
Hylos.
Ay, hindi, Franco nga talaga. Franco
or Hylos Beatrix. Hylos Harris.
Chip! Okay, Harit, di ba? Check tayo sa Harit.
Alright.
Big change up.
So far, we've only really seen Chip use as a specific answer or a strat-defining, rotation-defining pick.
Kailangan
And of course,
magandang
they're trying to
Claude
Harris.
siguro
What do they close the draft
maganda.
up with? A Claude. What are they trying to find here?
Check.
I mean, you get
yung
the
Harit
purify, you
sa
get the escape,
Harit
you have
sa
some ability,
Joy
you
pwede
have
yun.
mobility.
As long
And
as
if
wala na
there's,
yung mga Granger
Skylar's up there in
Bruno.
the echelon where he
Mas wala din
could
yung
pull it
ano
off.
na yun. Shoot.
All right.
Shoot.
Gentlemen, the draft has been settled. Game's about to begin. Let's throw it over to Ingan and to Naisu.
Pwede na tayo mag-trade sa gitna ng season, guys.
For breaking it down. Welcome back to the English casting desk here again. I'm Naisu, and this is Ingan, and we're ready to bring you the second match of the day. Maybe we get 5 games again, Ingan. You know, we just had an amazing series conclude with Fnatic Onyx locking in the top 4. Now, one of these teams fighting to be the first one, at least from Indonesia, to move forward to the top 4. How are we liking the draft here?
You know, I like the fact that there's a chip. Chip has been utilized a lot by highly macro teams in terms of getting the objectives that they need and at the same time going for the split pushes. So it's interesting how TLID will play upon this chip.
We'll see if the chip's going to work or not. It's the Kings versus the Champions. Who will reign on the world stage? And it starts here in game number 1. Again, a best of 5
tapos in
to
game.
decide
Okay,
the
we
fate
good.
for the
Pause
2
ads.
teams from Indonesia.
Ads, naka-pause, check.
Taking a look
Camera
once again,
check.
the
Okay.
matchup. We always get a good glimpse at the junglers, and we saw the talk
Brawl meta.
that led into this match. And, you know, Edok, man, we've seen him so much on the Cho. A lot of teams, they have decided to go ahead and deal with this pick.
delay ads ba
Make it work. It does give a lot of crowd control, obviously, but the pickoff potential is great. Early on, too, I mean, it looks like they're already making moves.
Okay, they're trying to make a walk away. He has to walk away. Here comes Revitalize, though. And now RRQ, Hoshi turning things around, might be able to work on Indy. Here comes JSKL with a lantern flare. They're trying to work on Dry Render, not even done, though. A lot of sustain, a lot of damage, but there comes Suchin, though. Not on the level forward, but they're able to take down Winnie. An aggressive start from TLID and RRQ. A 1-for-1 trade.
Fabian, a little stutter step there, but now still to bring out Suchin. Taking a couple shots to the
Sabi,
center.
sobra pala yung delay ko.
Already for Fabian.
Flavor Fave, double kill. A bit of an overextension there from RRQ. Hoshi.
Liquid, ang malakas.
Just a huge play coming from Fabian.
Kamilaw.
Skirmish already. You know, that's what I really really broke out to, and that's where you play the part when you have a revitalize available. Mind you, we've been seeing teams do this.
Grabe, sobrang tagal pa ng delay ko.
This time around, and even Diamond, you know, he had his own, but that's what those fights and those early skirmishes are going to do. Now, how does that play into the first objective? A little bit of a lead right now.
Parang corny pag ako lang yung nag-ice cream niya, hindi naman na magaling sumayaw. Hindi rin naman nakakatawa.
Lantern still to throw everybody from RRQ around, but the turtle is up, and now it's going to be started up. Both teams getting in position. Fabian will hold the turtle, half health for now.
Even now, Sutsujin isn't still level 4, so Fabian might be able to get the turtle, a free one for
between RRQ tsaka Liquid, parang Liquid yung lamang. Pero RRQ versus any team, any other team,
okay,
mas lamang sila.
Is not only playing against double Revitalize, but also the Purifies that are available here. They have to be able to go ahead and follow through with the catch. Oh, not even that. But also just playing against Witty the Wise. The chip has worked for some teams. And honestly, for others, it's also been a weak point. It's kind of double-edged sword when you pick up this chip and you bring it to a certain draft, a certain gameplay style.
Brawl meta is the real deal, bro.
Still focused, trying to keep Sutsujin under control on that Joy pick. But that's the thing. I'm really interested to see how Team Liquid decides to go ahead and use the chip. It's literally bringing in the cavalry to some of the fights.
Oh, brawl meta talaga, guys.
Are the punishes enough? Does RRQ have enough to go ahead and punish when that shortcut comes through?
Honestly, it's just a bonus if ever Witty performs or executes a beautiful shortcut, because right now, looking at the gold level gap of Fabian and Sutsujin, that's 2 levels ahead for this Suyo. We all know Sutsujin with the Joy.
Magandang laban tong Liquid ID tsaka RRQ legit. Pero para sa akin, RRQ Hoshi, kaya nila lahat ng other teams. Lakas sila sa ibang
For RRQ, they're gonna hold on to their own shortcut. That's always an option.
Pero pagkatapat nila Liquid, parang nalulugi sila sa drafting pag Liquid.
Really just not, not too crazy happening. Even the fact that you have Idok on the Cho,
it's
kind of just getting stopped in his tracks just because of Yehezkiel has this Jushin. We've seen this quite a bit. They have to go ahead and just stop Idok from trying to set things up. But really, you don't really want to unless Sutsujin has the ability to go forward. Fabian will keep Idok in check. Purple buff's up now. So we'll see. He's got to be able to secure that. But this is just what's going to continue to happen. You already talked about the level gap. But Fabian now working on this purple buff. And that's just going to go ahead and get taken. Turtles up. Meanwhile, Sutsujin working on the orange. Is going to get spotted out. They might break into a skirmish. They'll fight.
They're going to commit. The way of the dragon. Aran has to use the revitalize. Here comes Yehezkiel with the rescue with the Crimson Beacon.
Uy, no, biglang nandun na lahat. Pambira ka.
Defensively. No casualty for RRQ Hoshi, but you can see already how much lead TLID has to the point that Aran, even if he overcommits, he's not going to fall down. He's going to do his job properly, which is delay and delay as much as possible the Joy's power spike later on.
Even in this matchup, making his way. They know RRQ's there. Can he actually withstand this?
Oh, blazing to it, but RRQ also has his Salmon Force. Here's come Witty though.
Oh my God.
He's trying to work on Edok. Edok commits
so
pick,
good at
but he's going to get
playing,
bursted down. Coming in from RRQ.
RRQ
got bleeded also.
Pero so good
3
at
members
playing.
ganging up on Witty the one, and he will fall down in the hands of
May telling nga pala yung balin.
There's RRQ Hoshi. They get 2 kills in the exchange. It looked like the shortcut came through, but the mid turret did get taken down. Team Liquid ID gets an objective. Surprising too, Skylar able to go ahead and withstand that. Yehezkiel delaying them a little bit longer from recalling. Now Aaron joins the fight and crash down on Riz. Under the turret, gets dragged back, and Aran will get the kill.
Where did Aran come from? All of a sudden, Riz just got bursted down, and TLID, they already got the mid lane turret. Okay, Edok commits the kick onto Flava Fave. Will he be able to escape though? Here comes the Sever. It's gonna hurt quite a bit. Aran still has the power of Wild Wilderness. So TLID gonna go again for the purple buff steal.
You're gonna take this. We'll see this time around.
M6 Yusong.
Here, just around the corner.
Ang ganda ng mga trades na
There's a
nakuha
lot
nila
of pressure on that side of the jungle, and right now, even though RRQ Hoshi finds a couple kills, TLID holding on comfortably to the lead that they have, and they'll play around with some of the macro decisions that they have whenever they have shortcut available. So with this building into the next objective, they might go 3 for 3
Kanino ka sa dalawang team? Liquid ako
It's
dito.
up to RRQ Hoshi to decide on how they want to approach this. They might just give up all 3 turtles and just try to play catch up. We know that Skylar on a Claude needs more time to build up to get the items that he needs in comparison to a Harith for Aaron Shiki. Well, right now, turtles up. Radiant Armor is locked in now for Edok. That might help him dealing a little bit with this, the Jushin across from him, but so far we really
Fnatic
haven't seen those
versus
setup
FCon
kicks that we're looking
finals.
for from Edok, like we've
I
seen
like that.
previously. As now the
That's
third
what
turtle
I like.
is locked
That's
in
what I
secure
want
for
to see.
TLID.
Yeah, and I actually like to go back to your point because the reason why Edok is having a hard time or having trouble with finding those angles is because of the constant pressure.
Walang
his skill has
halong
been
biro
putting
at
onto him.
walang
And even
halong
Aran,
hocus-pocus.
every single burst that he can find, he's
Gusto
going to go in and
makita
try to get Edok out of position. So far, TLID, not just controlling all the neutral objectives,
Ang kalaban
also
ng
getting a
Onyx
lot of
ay
ground covered for their side.
FCon
I'm
pala.
surprised at just how methodical
Yan ang
this is,
gusto
and
kong
that's why
makita.
it's a little bit slower paced, just because TLID,
Sino ba ano? Bala
they
sa
know their
kumain baloy
advantage, you know, they
Pablo.
can go ahead and play around the macro level. They don't have
Di
to
ko alam,
force any
di ko kasi
fights.
close si
A
Fabian
lot
tsaka
of
si
the times
Diego.
they're just
Pero
going
si
to
Baloy
respond. As
wala
long
na
as they
na-nerf
keep
na.
Edok in check and he's not
Change
doing what he has to do on the
change
show,
man na si
they don't
Baloy.
really have to force anything. They just whittle down the turrets, get the space they need, focus on taking the
Pwede
buffs if
ma-predict
they
correct.
can, or at least putting pressure
Bawat team
there,
meron silang
and
ganyan.
just continue to build up. I mean, nothing,
Lalo na nung wala
nothing
na
action-packed
yung
has happened in the last 2 minutes or so, but they continue to build up on the goal lead that they
grabe
have.
si Eskel.
So it's RRQ Hoshi that has to kind of stop the bleeding here.
Okay, electrifying beats for Susujin.
Ganda naman nakuha ng Team Liquid eh. Sushin tsaka Hilda.
Lantern Flare is gonna connect, forcing Edok to use the flicker.
Trade Joy. Wala, di man lang Bruno or Granger yung nakuha.
He's still standing their ground. They're not gonna let the second tier turret get taken
Para
down.
ano?
Now they hold on to it,
Ang
but
ganda ng mga
again,
trades na
they're
nakuha
just
nila
really
ng
holding
sobra.
on at this point. Now waiting for that lore to come up, and with TLID having the lead they do, they should be able to go ahead and secure things. Finally working on the tier 2. They'll whittle this down a little bit with Aaron Shiki. It looks like RRQ Hoshi doesn't want to let it go, though. They will clear out the lane and keep the turret up. But still, the rest of the pressure is just going to stay there again for TLID, and knowing that they can just let RRQ Hoshi respond. This time, Rins is holding on to his
Pero
own
yung pagka-draft nila, hindi rin, ano din, parang kasalanan din nila.
Aaron's going to jump in.
Commits the power of wilderness now. He has to walk away. Because he has to respect the damage coming in from RRQ Hoshi, but that was more than enough for TLID to secure higher ground in this Lord pit. Again, they're just really controlling the mid lane, the bottom lane, and now even the minions are going to take down the bottom lane turret.
Off-meta rin Cloud. No choice sila kasi nag-chip eh.
It's beaten
Late
by
game
1
siguro
second
pwede.
now.
Although yung Harit,
Fastest level
super
15,
good
and
pick.
that's just
Wala,
going to be
hirap talaga isipan guys.
another. But they go in with a shortcut. Are they going to be able to follow
Suyo na may
through? That's
chip.
already the Lord taken. The
Pero
shortcut
syempre yung
to
chip
come
kasi
up.
di pa rin maalala
They don't get any
ngayon.
kills, but they might fight here.
They commit the kick, but it's going to be enough. So Skylar goes in with the blazing duet. Aaron Shiki onto the backline with his Salmon Force, going to be able to take down one more. AOT going to be used up defensively. Skill on the other hand, going for Gyren.
Sorry na.
They're going to evade the protection.
Uy, Fabian!
Fabian said no, we want more.
Walang
It breaks
pang
down
ano,
two.
walang sagot.
Oh man, you heard it earlier. He said, "Be careful." Goes in
Wala
and
guys,
gets a
draft
kill,
to.
and now
Tingin ko,
with the Lord in
the drop.
favor. It's looking a little
Kaya
dire here
sobrang
for RRQ
one-sided.
Hoshi trying to defend the base.
Okay, they're ganging up on Edok. Lantern
Late
Flare
game
is
kaya
there.
ba?
Edok
Flood
has to
siguro.
walk
Pag
away.
nag-full
The
items
damage
Skylar,
sucking
maybe.
up a lot of his health. Energy shields will be popped in the middle lane. And onto the bottom lane,
Nilawan
RRQ
si
Hoshi.
Skill.
They have to think about how to clear out this Lord as fast as
May
possible
concept kasi sa
without suffering
drafting
any inhibitor
about
turret
trades
takedowns.
Here, they might be able to go ahead and clear this out again.
Simple put,
Only the first Lord,
sa mga
RRQ
drafting,
Hoshi
kung nga
makes
ganyan,
work of
nakuha
it.
mo yung dalawang good pick.
But they do lose space,
Zushin,
more space
tsaka
around the
Hilda.
map. They already
Sobrang
didn't have
lakas
a
sa
lot to
metagame
work
natin
with.
ngayon.
But
Sana may
that gold
magandang
lead
trade.
continues to
So,
build up as Team Liquid
sana ano
ID
yan. Bruno,
just keeps punishing RRQ Hoshi's
kuha mo,
positioning.
Joy.
And that's all utilizing
Okay
the
naman yun,
shortcut. I
Joy.
mean, that's exactly what it is. You know, 1 minute they're taking the
Bruno,
Lord, next thing you
and
know, here comes
Granger. Mga ganun. At
Team
least may
Liquid
mga
ID through
pantapat.
a
Kasi
portal
dito,
crashing
ako nila
down.
Chewy, tsaka Balin.
And RRQ Hoshi, they don't have an answer
Ayun
for it
lang.
just yet. You know, even Skylar, he needs
Saka
time to
Hilda
continue to
talaga.
build up. He's got the Cross
Para,
Society
pag nag-Hilda si RRQ Hoshi, hindi na
last item here
hindi
to
na
really come online. That
ano to?
Trinity for the
Ano
Claw.
pangalan yan?
So
Suyo.
they're just kind of lacking
Hindi sila
some damage.
magsuyo.
Part of that was in
If
due
ever
to
man
that
magsuyo
Susujin
sila,
was
mahirapan
just-
yung suyo.
He had a hard time in the jungle, man. He was gapped early on and until now, quite behind Fabian.
Hindi ka na
the
namin
first two
narinig.
kills
Talaga ba?
that Fabian picked up onto the early game was really crucial because that opened up a lot for TLID, not to mention that they were able to take
Puro
down
mahina lang.
even before the third turtle respawn. So Sutsujin's jungle has been exposed rapidly, and I just noticed here Shigi already has it.
Kaya ba akala ko malakas yung RRQ. Uy, nice sipa. Nice sipa. Oh, paano yung TP out? TP out? Then dash out. Patay Skylar. Shutdown Fabian. Sinayawan ni Shiki. Di rin na lang. Hindi na. Pwede na ibigay yan. Pwede na pauwiin yan. Patay si Sutsujin.
There we go. RRQ Hoshi able to find
Napin niya.
something. Yes, Skylar went down. but that was a fight that they decided to take. They jumped
Nice
on in,
sipa.
and they followed through from
Nice sipa
Dyron.
from Mr. Idok.
Man, do they have ground to cover.
Yung usually yung Hilda talaga lamang sa mga assassin yan. Except, hindi, basta in general sa mga assassin kasi hindi naman nila mapapatay. Tapos ang mage nila Valen, which also is a hero na hindi kayang patayin si Hilda. So, in reality, walang papatay sa Hilda. Walang kayang pumatay sa Hilda from RRQ. Which nakita naman natin, 1-0 for siya. So, in that case, kung kinuha nila yung Cho plus Hilda, ang RRQ Hoshi, hindi na magsusuyo to. Joy na yan. Hindi, Joy nga ba, i-retink pa nila eh. Kasi may sipa eh. So baka mag-alpha-alpha yun, ganun. Magbabago yung hero nila. Tapos pag na-Joy kasi si Liquid, hindi na sila makapagharit. Ganung bagay.
I mean, it's still possible. Although I believe they're gonna suffer inhibitor turret takedowns. But
pwede rin. Villas, Richard Villas, pwede rin. Indo siguro.
For the side of TLID without even being
yung literal katapat ng Onyx mananalo dito. On Wednesday.
Let's see if RRQ Hoshi, the Kingdom, can they defend it?
RRQ's gonna have to do it. They get prepped
Wednesday magkano.
Holding on to the beacon himself, and RRQ jumps on in. Lord still making its way down the bottom side. They'll clear out the waves. Edok doesn't want to use the kick just yet, holding on to the way of the dragon. Lord's going to go push in. Still going to be used, but still keeping things under control, taking their time. Bottom turret now down.
Kawawa naman sa inyo. Pero baka ganun yung RRQ Hoshi, kaya siguro sobrang noticeable yung ano nila. Uy! Nice kick. Di tapos, wala nang saman. Grabe sipa. Sabi ko, unkillable si Aransky. Pero pag nasipa ka sa base, uy! Nice! Nice Winter! Oh my God, Babian! Oh my God, Babian! Oh my... Babian! Is the...
What a play! And Aaron Shiki coming in at the end to get the...
Wow! Respect!
Fabian goes in. Edok has to walk away.
Uy. Wait lang guys. Wait lang. May kailangan lang ako pindutin. Wait lang ito. Okay. Inisip ko kailan siya bumili ng winter eh. Malalaman natin dito. Oh, may winter na siya. Kailan niya binili yung winter? Ako kanina pa. Nirisk na rin siguro talaga ni Skylar. Wala, kanina pa yung winter oh. Di pa lumalabas eh. Nirisk na niya eh. Logi dun si Skylar kasi may kakampi pa si may kakampi pa si Fabian. Grabe, nice winter.
What a play, and Aaron Shiki coming in at the end to get the triple.
Gucci belt Maganda Easy finals na ba Fnatic pag Liquid kalaban? Hindi rin. Baka bumawi, baka biglang may nakahanda eh. A wheelie party.
Yeah, Team Liquid ID was oiled up and ready to go.
They were oiled up. There you go.
They were ready to go.
That's what you were asking. It's like,
they had Fava Flav on the Suyo, the Blue Yo,
the Ghost.
Which normally we talked about how Joy does so good against it, but there is one key factor to that. Joy needs the time. It's got to be able to scale, and Team Liquid ID didn't let that happen.
Fabian.
Fabian happened. Ang ganda nung laro ni Fabian Isim.
The Ghost of Jakarta.
Then lumabas may bumiling food.
Just dies once, right? Now you see, now you understand.
Farm tayo.
Rears its beautiful head because very
chill lang tayo dito sa second series na to kasi wala din eh. Na-save ko na ba?
That's how you can
Teka
get
lang
away
guys,
with it.
meron kasi
And
akong
that's
dina-download na malupit eh.
was what stopped RRQ from ramping up into Susutsujin's Joy that would eventually snowball into Skylar's Claude. Like, that was the good stop.
And a lot of focus in the draft onto Skylar in the beginning, right? We saw the double marksman ban come out. They banned his Wan, which pretty much opened up the door for that Zushin to walk in the draft.
Yeah, and you know, we questioned the Claude pick when we saw it. It was a little.
Game. Kaya to medyo tricky lang.
I felt like Skylar could maybe pull it off, but once it starts to
Iba
fall
pala yung
behind,
ano ko dito.
it is troublesome. And he also goes for a little bit of a defensive build there, picks up the tenacity. But I want to look at Aaron Shiki because he goes for bargain, right? He gets the bargain hunter. He goes for cooldown. This man is trying to get items as fast as possible, and he knows his team will buy him the time to do that. And once they were locked in, they were willing, like, Stampede, man, they were in the base. They were willing to push the limit and take it down to the wire.
He did suffer a couple of deaths, 2 more than what he's used to.
Pasok ka sa gitna, King. Yon! Dali mo. Ay, lumihis. The end. Nice. Atin na to. Kuha na agad.
Talking about farm. And you'll see here that it's
Tapos,
all orange, it's all liquid IV. We did break a new threshold, folks, a new record for the fastest level 15 in M6. It's currently Favian, Fave, the usurper, going to level 15 at 8:47.
Fave! On point for TLID. You gotta love to see it. You know something else that stands out to me, Aaron Shiki, on this Harith, man. Monstrosity.
I'm still stuck on that level 15. That's
under 9 minutes.
That's almost 2 levels a minute.
Homie was farming for next game.
He was farming for next game. I mean, Favian.
Durog!
This team, it's hard to just pick a singular player, right? Because yeah,
Swag pa natin yun, no?
played great. Favian played great. Yeheskill played great, but none of them would have been able to do that.
Panalo mapuwa. Oo nga eh.
I mean, the whole team as a full
Angas nga naman po doon. Pa-boost pa no? Pa-boost si Yossi.
Aran on the Hilda. There you go. He was checking, he was clearing bushes so that Weedy can bring the party.
Tararara. EQ boots pa spiky ball. Oh, kaso wala ako eh.
He's the payoff.
Walang mga or ito yung mga account na matagal na inactive kasi ako guys. Na isang taon. Hindi ko nga naabutan yung more than pala. Hindi ko nga naabutan na pumasok may equip kaya ang layo pa nakabulin ito sa equipment eh. Ayun o. Ito kailangan ko itong i-max parehas. 1-2 agad yan. Sakit. 12 ito malayo pa sa katotohanan.
At the difference.
Malayo pa. Ito malayo pang ano dito.
There's nothing over there for RRQ Hoshi for grabs.
Yeah, I mean they were consistently in the lead. Even that one.
Makapalik ba TLID sa FNAP ngayon? Oo naman. Yes.
Right? It was only because they were putting this this Lord into everything on that final push there.
Yeah, I think this is the Favian shutdown. That must have been the Favian shutdown, and then they clap back into a dominant position. And yeah, no, prior to that, they actually hit like
ito, sa group chat namin, sinabi ni Omi, paano nakalusot tong gantong lineup? Diba? Ganun na ganun din naramdaman ko eh. Parang sobrang OP. Yung nga trade wala eh. Fireball lalo.
We gotta see the bread and butter of what made this happen.
That's right.
May
not over.
Fireball ano ko eh, tsaka yung rocket loon.
Flavor Fave on that Suyo breaking records. Again, you'll see in the highlights how exactly he did just that. Look at that, he's looks maxing.
Yeah, I like it. So I mean, we've talked so much about
Tumuna ako eh. Nag-aapol pa lang ako ngayon ng strats. Hindi pa ako.
I mean, he's one of the one players who, when he gets his hand on this Suyo, he is a monster. It doesn't matter whether you pick the Joy. It doesn't matter whether you pick the Frederick. And he brings the personality along with it.
Kahit hindi ka, totoo.
This is the one man I know that threatens every other jungler he's about to face. He wants to solo kill you. He wants to solo kill King Kong. He wants to take Sutsujin.
Pwede ko nang i-upgrade to eh. Ipapa 17 ko na. Ano bang hinintay ko lang dito?
Kind of confidence, and he has the moves to back it up.
Take some flavor.
He has the Cho pose.
Ano bang hinihintay ko pa dito? Etong thrower pala. Pagka tapos ng thrower, pwede ko nang upgrade. Pero 12 days pa naman eh. Oh, Firewall Super Witch eh. Etong gamit kong strat, pang ano lang to. Pang low level equipment pa lang.
And now, hold my drink because I'm about to clean house.
Sanap ko yung sisig.
Interesting trade. Look at the trust between Fabian and Aran. Like, if that's a...
Sa draft, draft talaga ang... Although magaling talaga mga members ng TLID, but I feel like yung main trait nila ay drafting. Kaya ang solid ng mga heroes. Pag solid kasing heroes na nakakuha nila, ibig sabihin, madali yung laro. 3 yung account ko guys eh. Nakakainip kasi pag isa lang, nauubusan ka ng gagawin. Good do. Fabian. Litan ko nga yung ano.
That's what I'm saying, gentlemen. That's exactly why I predicted for Liquid is because of this.
Para pag may mga ganyan nangyayari. Ayan, di ba? Litan lang natin.
I think that's what won them the championship. That's what's leading them to victory here. Alongside their penchant for learning on the fly. I think the fact that they had a less than ideal approach into the knockout stage.
Ay, pwede yan ah. Sige, Stephen, gawa ko niyan. Kasi may sinend si ano eh. Si Pau Bago.
They did. They tried to do the Angeline combination.
Delete ba ulit?
Down the Bruno. We all know how the rest of that story went. But now, we face a team like RRQ Hoshi who had a cleaner ride inside of the Swiss stage, right? Cleaner ride to the knockout series, just an overall better record. Starting to get tarnished a little bit. We got to see how they come back, right? This is their chance to get revenge from Season 14 Grand Finals.
That Game 1 win definitely gave them the charisma to go into the series a little.
Sa amin, kaya kami natatalo nun talaga. Hindi. Late namin nahanap yung tunay na identity namin. Tapos at that point, wala na kami mastery. Tapos madami din talaga kami errors na ginagawa.
You've seen it, you know we're talking about. It's a brand new champion ring set for the winners as well coming up, and medals. Follow at Fairy World on TikTok and on the website for updates. Let me show you all something real quick, gentlemen. This is what we call...
Whoa! Oh, whoa! It's a winning party.
This is the mythic pendant right here.
Just the pendant.
You need to be mythic to be able to get this.
Kailangan maabot yung ano, eagle.
And you put in your ID double check. And you have one too.
Yep. What? Great. You know, I just want to say one of my favorite parts about buying things is the unboxing experience and good unboxing experience.
Is that why you didn't wear it just yet?
No, I just keep opening it and then closing it and then opening it and then closing it.
They come in 5 rolls, by the way. Did they give you the right one?
No, I got a tank.
You're a tank?
How many XP?
Ula, uy, ba't lumis yung queen?
That's the sad truth, I guess, yeah.
So they know you better than you think they do.
There.
They figured you out.
They figured me out.
What role do you play?
XP, but I'm so...
Nice, pumasok. Nice! Bumawi! Game. Atin na to. Atin na mundo. Okay. Pak. Isa pa, please. Isa pa. Hala! Nabuhay! GG ata ako dito. Malaking bagay yan.
Fuel your game with Hello Panda. Crunchy biscuits filled with creamy chocolate or strawberry or white chocolate, whichever flavor you get. The ultimate snack to keep you energized. Level up your day and visit.
Yari ata tayo dito guys, legit.
Better, Weezy?
Okay, go grind tonight. I'll tell you what, if I have a handful of that,
you come back tomorrow.
And I rank, I'm getting on the biggest streak the world has ever seen. I'm not losing a single game.
Okay, what role are you in?
XP.
All right. So you want a fighter or you want a tank? Which one? You go tell Fairy you want one. But you need to
Hilda.
Okay, so tank.
Flex.
Okay, so you guys can be twinning.
Yeah.
Are we putting Florida brothers back together? Is Florida man?
So na yung queen. Walang passion ng queen, no?
Exactly. Are we?
Layo nung
Okay.
pinuntahan ng queen.
We're putting it together.
Oh my
Florida
God.
Man 3 is back together. Real quick. Let's get to the mind of the.
In-envy ko na yung tower. Walang kwenta kung na-tower nila yun.
Here's a quick quote from Coach Saint De Lucas of
Nice. Kahit na-lease yung queen, kuha pa rin. Feeling wall breaker eh, no? Reset.
They've had more time to prepare too, so we're
May
likely
sariling
to see
lakad
this
lagi.
version of RRQ.
TLID ako
Make it
dito,
easy
guys.
for them. No. Don't forget that they're also up against an improved version of Team Liquid. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying is the journey to the knockouts, I'll say, is more beneficial to Liquid because they had a lot of lessons to learn.
They had a lot of teams to play against. They had a lot of games to hone the craft.
Dot pala, di ko na pinangatake ito. Mapupuno na.
Could have worked more in their favor. Seen as they did end up making it out.
Bait na mga tao dito sa ano namin.
They got to continue because if they just would have went straight out,
Meron ba akong builder
they might
potion?
still be that same
Nice!
idea that we saw in round 2.
Ito natin yan.
You know, that we saw in round 3.
The tried cheeky
Para
things,
makatapos na
but
yan.
only to learn, you know, and find out
Okay.
you don't do that. So with that said, it's
Relax lang muna tayo mga boss. Sa team na wala pa akong ano eh. Ano bang hindi, sobrang MMORPG fan ako dati. As in, kasi nakakasar ako sa MMORPG ngayon, lalo na yung mga mobile. Sobrang gacha na, parang hindi na nakakatuwa. Wala nang ano.
Even past the draft, a little bit of the macro, right?
Hindi na nakakatuwa na maglaro.
All the objectives
Legitimize.
went over to TLID.
So draft for objectives.
You could draft for objectives. That'll make it a little bit easier to be able to pull that out.
Wala na tayong
It's a
attack,
good
guys.
start, right? Try and control the early game.
Okay,
If you
wait.
do that,
Yan ako na
you
to.
disrupt the
Draft.
tempo from TLID, 'cause once
Guys,
they
wait
get
lang.
going,
Wala ko nang
they won't
inumin.
stop.
Wait
So
lang.
at least
BRB.
respect the fact that there's a lot of big objectives, a lot of spikes to get if you farm up via these major objectives. So that's something on the to-do list for the mercenary Sutojin. Slow down the usurper in Favian.
Most definitely the head-to-head overall. Down the line, pretty much. I mean, Sutojin a little bit ahead in gold per minute, but 56 gold. I guess in gold per minute is a pretty decent amount in overall average. But Favian just has this steadiness. Favian just has this ability to kind of pull out on top.
It's a rock solid confidence. It's
it
just,
really is, you know?
like he believes in himself no matter.
Whether he's got 10 health or 100 health, it doesn't matter. He's always ready.
That is a difference maker here between these two junglers. How about we check in on the XP laner? We had a quick chat with Dyron of RRQ Hoshi. How confident are you going up against TLID? And he says,
I think we can win. I trust in the team's process.
but are you looking for revenge, we ask?
No, that has already been forgotten.
Yung PC nakabal dati, pero hindi ko na maalala. Run mobile. May run mobile?
Emoji. Make the sound for the emoji.
CWL. Pang last minute kasi sa CWL. Pero try ko nga ngayon. May attack ako. Ayun, sakto habang nagluluto ng mga troops.
I like that Dyron does not want to be a slave to vengeance. He wants to do this for the right reasons, and he wants to win.
100k plus, grabe ka naman kaya ano.
Because, you know what?
Nakakairita yung ano, yung mga MMO ngayon na ano.
And did Skylar share that promise with his
Hindi siya nakatawa.
that if we win M6,
Sa una lang, yung pag nagre-race lang kayo. Yung ROO maganda eh. Ragnarok Origin. Kaso nung sobra na yung ano, sobra na yung mga kailangan para lang makapasok. Hindi ko na trip.
into the draft here. RRQ on the play.
Tayo, Pande Manila.
Let's see if it's all in on Skylar once more.
You know, something really interesting to point out here. Yesterday when we saw RRQ playing, when they had the choice to choose, they always choose second pick.
Okay ba yung Run Mobile?
TLID has pulled their card. Banning out that Juan, banning out that Bruno.
Grabe yung
to not get the trade they want. So
not my thing yung GTA eh, na ano, roleplay.
First pick. And this is gonna
Gutom ka ba? Gising na naman to. Tutulog na eh. Iiwas ko kay Mia eh.
Skylar's gonna get a better matchup.
Yeah, I mean,
Hindi na balag, parang hindi naman na.
that was dreaded is still available, and maybe
Yung
that's
times
something
to ulit
he's
natin.
going for. The Bruno still on the table. I mean, this is a situation where you technically don't want to ban out the Fredrin because you would let the Joy be free for grabs, but also if you pick the Joy,
Pay to
you gotta
earn.
worry about the
Play to
Fredrin
earn.
the first phase.
Hindi ko na yata kaya ng ano. Tingnan natin, pag may coaching pa rin ako next season, most likely hindi na ako mapag-MMORPG. Wala oras yan.
In the face of our Joy, but we've seen it already.
Skylar pa rin ako.
We can do it with the Suyo. Fovius taken out away from Dyron.
Hilda talaga best first pick, guys.
Is this Bluyo?
Bruno.
Oh no, Bruno.
Bruno. That's the blue no.
Tama naman. May Granger pa naman. Pero, Hal kasi may Granger pa. Hilda Joy. Hilda Chu. Hilda Joy. Ay, Hilda Suyo. Pwede.
To lock it in for TLID.
It's a Flavor Fave special. Yeah. It's an Aran special. Why reinvent the wheel? Why fix what's not broken?
Yeah, works very
Joy
well
Cho or
I mean,
Alpha. Legit. Alpha Mati. Ay, wala Mati. Para sa akin, ang boto ko dito, Alpha. Sabay Cho.
Big difference maker. I think RRQ needs to think about, do we slot something
Fabian ako? Fabian ako versus Sujin. Fabian.
This time that the Joy will actually work out.
I'll tell you now. I think it's a better case for RRQ already. Just by putting a hero that is a little more in the
Grabe na lang nung...
in Skylar in the gold lane.
Oh, Bedlin ba? Nora? Okay lang.
Running a Fredrin into a Suyo. It doesn't even have to be a Joy. This is clearly, as they saying, yeah, we're protecting the king here.
Now, okay.
Granger pa rin.
Do you remember what happened to
Kaya para sa akin, mas magandang first pick yung Hilda. Kasi, sabi natin mag-Bruno, may Granger pa naman eh.
There's a Hayabusa on the field. There's a little bit of a problem. So I think this, because at first when I see the Fredrin, I go, how is this going to work against the Suyo? But I think if you go Joy here, the Hilda bullies, right? The Hilda gives you a little bit of trouble. So
Wawa naman to, parang gutom mo.
pick overall, I feel like.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard.
Walang papakain sa'yo eh.
Rush into that Fredrin, right? He's very sustainable. He has the energy eruption, a little bit of CC in his kit, which can make it a little bit more challenging. Now, I like the Aurora pickup. It kind of stops that Valentina, I feel like, from coming out because it's not really the best ultimate.
Pag na-nerf at na-buff yan daw sabi. Sa reset. Oh, sweet ng mada ko, pusa ko.
With the mobility of this Hilda on the side of TLID.
Falcon and RSGO, nasabi ko na rin yan kanina. It makes sense for both parties. Yun ang ano ko dun. So, generally, I think it's okay. Parang good move siya para sa dalawang parties, honestly. Chessy?
The Aurora nor the Fredrin. What more an XP laner? What if Dyren picks up something chunkier? Is the Hylos open? Oh dear God, the Hylos
is still open. May get banned out here.
Arlot.
Definitely impossible. And I think that they don't ban it out, but TLID can pick it up on their own side. Maybe go like Romilo, CXP.
Chat mo ko, Jericho.
The Farza could definitely work. And I feel like since we've already seen Fabian pick these long distance mages like the Eve, it shouldn't really be a problem.
Sa yung page ko, pausapan natin yan. Christian Miguel, happy birthday. Sabi ni Miggy Maurice Bautista. Kit ng pusa ko. Diba? Watcher din yan. Streamer din yan. Sabay kaagatin na ako. I mean, lagi ako minumomol nito eh.
Very honest.
Yeah, it is honest. And it's not closers, right? They need somebody to be able to close that distance.
Pag Fredrin, Cho pa rin ata, okay.
But they are closing up gaps. RRQ Hoshi watch. When
or gatot pala, may gatot pa pala. Pero meron ding option ng Hylos para double revet pang ano dito. Ang maganda sa Cho, combo with the Suyu, so parang pang rock and roll.
That's the thing, TLID is able to play the early game.
Ang maganda sa Hylos, sobrang gandang peel, double repeat din sila.
So RRQ really needs to dig deep here.
Para din pang control dun sa sa Fredrin.
They don't have to pick Mage right now, right? Mage is already picked on the side of RRQ.
Shoutout Edward Kasi.
Hold out. Lock in the XP or roam right now, and there
goes
the
diba? Cho combo sa Suyo, pero yung Hylos pang peel naman. Eh, dahil brawl server nga daw sila. Laban sila dyan. Eh, nag-Ruby. Eh, nag-Ruby. Uy! Pati yung isip nila.
They're known to do it, especially against a draft.
Pero Hylos gatot. Saan sila yung pwede mag-Hylos gatot? Para medyo nullified yung sipa. May peel din.
From the side of TLID, the Cho, the Hilda, the Suyo. Anything with crowd control could be a problem. Is Tig
Tigril, pwede rin Tig.
There you go.
Bene Ruby. Okay.
E-Doc special, throwing on a better
Ang ganda nung Bena.
For good measure. So far, unbeaten in M6.
And I like even the Benedetta, you get the Benedetta, and you get
Ito,
to
Valen.
make up, you get to do damage EXP because you have a tank.
Ay, sa Fredrin, Lilia.
We're seeing here Aran real quick before
Bakit na Eve eh? Ay, wala rin pala Eve. Ah, Cecil yun! Cecil! 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 Eh, Sabier. Pag Sabier ba maganda? May Bene. Cecil ata. Cecil. Cecil, perfect na.
I think you just go the Valentina here.
Valentina?
Mahirap ba rin?
It could work. You could go to the Vexana.
Ah, Vex pala. No, pala. Vex. Safe. Novaria?
That was that's a...
Huh?
That's a Novaria. Another long-range sniper.
It's still a poke, and it definitely helps with the setup because again, no bush
Okay lang.
will be unchecked.
Okay Novaria. Pala. Goods. Bene lang yung problema at hindi naman sobrang laki problema. So I think winnable, doable.
Will be at your service for this one.
Thank you, panel, for breaking down Game 2's draft. I love it, man. I love it when new heroes obviously come out for the first
Novaria.
time.
Pero Sicilian yun, no? Tingin nyo guys. Ako, Sicilian sure win ata eh.
Man, they used the Savior, now they want to go for another ranged artillery mage. The Novaria is back. Could provide a lot of good vision for TLID.
Talaglag yung pusa.
Again, looking at this too. Comfort pick still also for RRQ.
Okay naman na Novaria. Sa Fredrin din, di ba? Walang pangarap. Bene lang naman yung pinaka-threat eh. Hindi. Pero hindi naman siya super duper threat. It's good! Yung Sicilian kasi pag ginaw nung Benedetta, pwede pang patay ni Sicilian dahil sa ulti. And then, super lagkit. Yun lang naman. Pero kasi, mas madaling patamain yung Granger, mga skill pag na-hitbox. Diba? Okay din.
It's now available. You can hit level 75 for free up until December 29th. Make sure you go ahead and grab it while you can. A couple shots already to keep Edok in check. What do we feel about the Edok pick once again, this Ruby against that Cho?
Bruno, pang-chat yan. Pang-chat na usapan yan.
There's the Don't Run Wolf King that
Napos ko na rin ang ating ads, mga kaibigan. Wow, blue, no?
The Dragon combination, just like what we're seeing right now coming in from RRQ.
What's interesting?
Ang lag, oh. Nakuha ni Weedy yung blue. GG na. Umay yan pag ano ka. Fredrin. Ang bagal mo na nga mag-farm, nanakawan ka pa. Pambiro, sakit nun sa ano. Sakit sa ulo.
Just Edok setting things up. Some of that concussive blast, if it's all proc at the same time, can actually burst.
Sira ulo yun, no? Oy, boss, di sa akin yung lag na yun, ha? Sa kanila yun. Kasi okay yung audio, eh. Pag narinig, pag di naglag yung audio, ibig sabihin goods. Okay. Babay na. Liquid na to, liquid. Namatay yung Sutsuji, level 3.
TLID already off to a good start in the early game, trying to replicate
Part of Red Dreams, maganda alpha.
Won't be able to do anything about it. So they go ahead and grab themselves the objective, and now eyes set on the purple buff. Trying to put pressure here to make things worse.
Galing din mag-Benny nito.
Just looking at how the game is going right now.
Hinarangan na ni Reigns. Hinarangan ni Reigns, nasaktan siya eh. Tinulungan nila mag-blue.
Because he has the concussive blast and the Festival of Blood, and his
Tilt
battle
na.
spell is the Revitalize.
Lipat na live stream.
Crucial for him. Again, we've seen iterations of the Benedetta.
Oo, malaking bagay.
Up to this point, couple different times.
Guys, yung lag, tiyo, di ba pag naglalag, hindi natitigil yung audio nung caster, ibig sabihin may lag dun sa audio mismo. Ay, dun sa original. Kasi kung lag sa akin yan, parehas audio tsaka naglalag. Aray. Ayan ang benefit ng Rubay. Hirap talaga mag-chow pag may Rubay.
That's why the Ruby's so good. You know, we saw this
Match point.
just recently. And it's a great pick. Edok loves to go ahead and play
Si
around
Kaysen,
this, and
huli
that's
kong
exactly what
usap
they
sa
have to do.
kanya,
They have to
parang
kinda
nag-explore siya
catch
ng
people
ibang,
out from TLID,
tumitingin siya sa
whoever
ibang
that's
team.
gonna be.
Pero
Most of the time,
lagi
it is gonna
namang
be Witty
in
because he's
consideration
gonna be
yung
the one
outside
trying to
ng
set things
PH.
up
Pero
now.
parang wala pa
If
siyang
they
nasabi sa akin
do
na
go
final
for
na
a run
decision
later
niya nung
on,
time na yun.
then they need enough
Abangan na lang
damage to
natin.
follow through that, and they just don't have that right now.
Yeah.
But eventually, even when Skylar becomes online,
Prediction ko, Liquid, tsaka ano.
will help them scale up against
Ay,
RRQ. But now Fabian,
SRG pala. SRG Onic. Pero ang dream na match-up ko, either TLID versus FNOP or Onic versus Falcon. Para maganda yung bakbakan. Mapuwan po ako, yes. Worth ba revitalize sa Bene? Sakto lang. Pinauso ni, ano yun eh, Lord JM. Depende sa comp, pero oo, in general, oo.
In the previous game, we'll see if he's off to it doing the same here now. Turtles for the taking, a couple check shots here on Edok, but Rins wants to get a position for this Nair and will hold them at the bay right now as Fabian keeps things going. The rest of the team is already making their way here, though. They might want to break out a fight here.
That's a good Astral Echo, just a stun. Here comes the Jit Kondu combination, but Edok gets the turtle. Here comes TLID onto attack, though. Aran forced to use the revitalize. RRQ Hoshi still standing strong. They're forcing TLID to retreat.
Ganda ng out nila, oh. Hindi nila pinurse, oh.
Keeping RRQ Hoshi at bay.
Good. Tingin ko pwede rin magpahaba ng laban tong ano, Liquid ID. Okay lang sa kanila mag-late game. Manageable sa kanila. Hindi sila nagmamadali. Keep lang nila yung lead nila. Huwag silang mag-overextend. Ganun lang. Onic versus Falcon, no? Nakakatakot eh. Man. Patay si Aransky. 4v1 ba naman?
And that's gonna make Aran overthink. Can I really out-sustain or can I really dive deep?
You know, eventually, yes.
Interestingly, hindi ako na-fairan ng balik casting so far. Wala pa akong ganun. In fairness.
At least to help with some of the physical defense, but ultimately he needs more time. Even when the revitalize is down, you know, and that's why the catch is so good from RRQ Hoshi.
Yeah.
They just need to be able to follow through with the damage, and now the focus on this tier 1 in the bottom lane, conceal.
Uy, Edok. Na-punish. Uy, ingat. Nakita niyo yung double snipe. Sakit.
They were feeling pretty good about that initiation, and then they got checked really quickly. I mean, even
Nice play, Edok. Nice try. Nabuhay nga lang si Shiki.
Not where you want to be if you're Edok. So with that, they'll go ahead, kind of reset at this point.
Uy, nakuha! Nakuha!
From Yanskill.
Ang katina Nova, umay. Hirap talaga mag-brethren guys pag may Nova. Legitimize. Oh, sure dead. Hindi kaya.
You know, at this point, he is really going to feel like the ghost. You know, just kind of roaming around from a distance and then taking things from you out of your hands. He has killed once again. These long-range heroes. You know, we saw
nalason talaga yun. Tapos hindi na, ano.
With the Novaria.
Hindi na nila nahanap yung confidence ulit.
Everybody not wanting to approach this area. They don't want to get whittled down. They don't want
Pokers talaga TLID, no?
Holding down that front side with Aaron. So this is once again a lead for TLID that they can just capitalize on. Just like in the previous game, RRQ Hoshi trying to scrap up what they can, and every time their flickers are down, they could get.
Ay, Jericho, wait lang sorry. Meron ka palang ano, mamaya na lang natin basahin yan. Ay, gagi. Dahil ko nakakalimutan yung mga kailangan kong gawin.
Dominance is over-aggression, providing a lot of vision for TLID. They do, however, have a 3.8k gold lead. Now they go on a conceal. They might go for Dyren down bottom.
They went down there, but Dyren able to get back, disengages. Skylar is going to be the saving grace right now, at least in terms of this Bruno already sitting at 2-0.
Tapang pa rin na RRQ, oh. Kala mo hindi lugi, eh. Paabante pa rin, eh.
He will be able to actually go ahead and fight with space and some of that extra range to keep TLID in check. But right now, they just need so much time because look at the pressure. Fabian's doing alone by himself. They might try to go for Fabian.
They're trying to go for Fabian, though.
Dash pa yan, eh.
But again, it's not gonna
Attack
continue.
si Aransky.
Commits already to I'm offended.
Uy!
Unbothered. As TLID
Naku, nakita ni Weedy.
how they're controlling
the map. They have a tanky front
Alam ni
liners
Weedy,
with
pero
really
may
good
depensa
advantage.
kasi.
So right now, RRQ Hoshi's having a hard time trying to respond to the aggression of TLID.
Pag-push,
as
easy
RRQ
push.
will get the turret up top.
Turret falls and TLID looking for more. A couple shots always from a distance.
Oh, sila din yun. Sila din yun.
He's got the enchanted talisman at this point.
Sa 18 ako magkakas ng LCP. So abangan nyo yan, guys. December 18.
You can already see the previews of the damage. That's why Leo was talking about the damage profile. You know, that was what's important, especially for TLID. It's hard to play against that when you have this kind of range. You know, how do you approach these fights when you have to get in range to set things up with your RQ Hoshi? You know, you're not going to be starting anything from this. Dyren.
Okay, Power of Wilderness will connect. And now they're trying to gank up onto Dyren. Fabiando still has the Queller. He's not going to commit it. Dyren escapes without the final blow. Again with Star Shatter connecting onto Skylar, the proper target, and TLID.
Sipa. Patay. Good target yan. Kasi yun na lang kakancel sa kanila eh.
And all of a sudden, TLID, they're stepping on the gas.
Napag-revive. Grabe, Weedy, wala ka ng sipa. Kakas mo pa rin.
Wow, they're gonna get actually forced off. So with that,
sakit pa rin talaga yung Fredrin na kahit nalugi. Oh, whoa, whoa, baby. Whoa, oh, baby. Nice ka makita.
That's going to be a one-for-one trade, and RRQ Hoshi kiting away the Lord.
Oran's out of this, and now still fighting for this Lord.
Flicker.
Getting in position.
Flicker
Dyren
gamitin.
does have that revitalizer.
Si Aran yan, pero wala na siyang revive din eh. So, sulit na rin
once again has the way of the dragon available.
Up! Up!
And they blocked it. They blocked that.
Nice harang. Patay. Idok, dalawa. Uy, grabe! Aragoy!
But a kill spree coming in from Skylar. Now they're trying to work on Dyren.
Up, i-snipe si Rids. Up, nabuhay. Sakit din ni Skylar, ah. Ay, grabe! Ay, grabe ka nga, Shiki! Pambira, pinanis! Up! Ay! Wala. NT. Pero, grabe, napanis siya nun. Pinanis siya dun. Napa-flicker. Habulin ni Aran. At hindi mo, Aran, pag napatay mo yan, idol na kita. Kaso, ang asim mo eh. Asim eh. Dinaan yung dalawang tore. Balagbag. Balagbag din. Bayad ka na ba ni Munton? Hindi naman si Munton din yung mag-bite sa Games of the Future eh. Yun ang problem. Feeling ko di na mababayaran doon.
16-minute mark when it's really activated, and when RRQ Hoshi starts to work around, starts to play around the fact that they have the Bruno.
Wala, tingin ko wala. Di ko na makukuha yung Games of the Future. Sa totoo lang ah. Medyo sinuko ko na.
Eventually for that fight, Aaron Shiki now picking up the Sky Piercer. So now this is where Aaron Shiki looks to go ahead and pop off, get the stacks. They're going to walk in with this Lord. And as long as Skylar has that space to work with, the only unfortunate thing is he doesn't have a flicker now. So he's going to rely on the peel of his team and also positioning. He'll go ahead and work on the Lord. Oh, there's the
Up! Fabian, shutdown! Well done. Sino nakahuli doon? Idok, syempre. Takboran. Ang kalat nung ano. Pero dyan sila nag-flourish eh. Style nila yan. Ganun talaga. Malaki ba yun? Medyo malaki din yun. Parang ano din yun. Siguro 4 na buwan na bills din yun. Boom! Uy, Morty nakaral sa Jin. Uy! Mapapangarap ka, boss. NT lang. Shutdown, ulo! Di rin, okay ni Ren. Pero shutdown naman nila si Skiller eh.
Oh man, Skylar almost got away.
Tindi.
Then they concealed. Then the pole came through and he ends up dying in that clash. So a whole lot happening there.
Nakalagay naman sa mga contract yun. Wala naman na magagawa eh. Kahit naman na-breach na yung contract, anong magagawa ko? Lalaban ako eh. Dedemanda ko sila. yun yung ano eh, checkmate sa amin eh, sa aming mga caster. Kaya naman talaga namin magreklamo. Pero mas malaki mawawala sa amin eh pag may demanda. Wala naman kami panlaban eh. Russia pa yun. Laban panglaban dun. Dota ata. Nalow kasi si Skylar. Tapos ginawa ni Aaron. Sobrang low na ni Skylar. Naputo ka ng dalawa ni Shiki.
Looking at the utility, they have yes kill. with the Navarre, they can provide a lot of vision, a lot of slow.
Depende sa Indo team.
Increasing the hitbox of the members of RRQ host.
Hindi, usual talaga mga guys, 3 weeks to 1 month ang nasa kontrata naman yan kadalasan. Na ganun yung bayad. Kasi hindi naman talaga instant eh. Bira lang yung mga instant, mga solid na yun pag may mga instant na bayad.
They want to get a position. Conceal or to use. Witty going in.
Okay. Di masyadong sulit. Ulti, grabe. Patay na naman si Sutsujin. 0-4. Uy, grabe, Shiki. Isa pa. Buti na lang, sobrang bilis mag-flicker ni Rins. Nakaabang na yung burst ni Shiki tsaka ni Eskel.
But that's the thing. I mean, even
Si Balay, pag kasama si Balay, G ako dun.
Posting up with the front side and just popping off Rhapsodies and Destinatas. And no one wants to approach that, just because of how much he hurts. And so now RRQ Hoshi again on the defense. They're going to have to get ready for this. One of the difficult things about this, as you're seeing the shots come through from a distance, is TLID has so much vision. Not even just with a Novaria, but the fact that Aran is literally a walking vision. Like, he is the walking vision. He can spot people out and give that call to the rest of TLID.
Totoo ba na kayo? Di ko alam, guys. Pero hindi na magulat. Uy, 3 tinamaan nung hitbox.
There's the pull, but no follow through. Turret's gonna fall though. Lord finally going down. All base turrets still up.
Pwede silang mag-target shooting dito. Yeskel, yung pana ni Pabian, Detso, Star Shatter.
Looks like they'll do just that. They don't want to overstep. They're happy with what they got with that Lord.
Parang, ay, wala akong balito. Pero parang iba na yung in-host ngayon yan. Madamara eh. Happy tayo syempre yung para kayo. Mara E. So guys, so tingnan mo. Walang tigil yung notifs dito eh. 53k na yung ano to, ayun o, 53k na. Dating 3k, 5k.
Blade Armor 2 still working on the next
Dahil
one.
sa mga pangbabash ng Indo.
RRQ Hoshi has to deal with. It's just they have to force themselves
Baby Chiquita.
to just not get out-visioned at this point. But how do you do that when you also have a Novaria
Oh,
just shooting from a distance?
glaive na! Ang sakit niyan! Tapos nag-lantern, no? Tunaw si Sutsuji. Pero parang di na kailangan kasi iba yung target niya. Okay, isa. Lista mo na. Buti na lang nakailag sa stun. Bang! Buti na lang na di siya tinaman stun ni Fabian. Viva Max. Pakapangit ng katawang.
Team Liquid ID has done such a good job at just kind of setting things up. You know, firing off from a distance.
Lantern na ba?
As long as Aran is just in those bushes, in that side of the jungle, or even around the Lord Pit, you're not going to surprise them. You don't have like the Louis Yis or the Chips to help you out with that.
Yeah. I think the only surprise factor could come from Edox. I'm offended Flicker play. We did, however,
sana nga may ganun, Magna Carta, Chuchu.
Flicker in Frigid Glacier combination. Unfortunately, only connected to Aran.
Kung may lantern na yan, grabe na yan. Ang hirap na niya kalaban. Bang! Oh, meron nga. Ayun, no. Bing! 60% HP ka kagad. Fredrin, isang ano lang. Isang skill. Eh, tinamaan palit na isa pa. Hitbox, pag 50%. Yeah, 50% hitbox yan. Oh, diba?
That's a good connection of Dash Relico connecting on to 3. Edok though quite low. Aaron Shiki still working on him. Now so
aray. Uy, grabe na tunaw. Nabura. Pero tinaman si Pabianisi, may imo siya. Ay! Yun lang! Yun lang!
But RRQ will get the Lord.
What? Sila nagawa ng Eddie, ang liquid.
But TLID, to go ahead and deal with this.
Almost 1 minute ba yun na ba ako?
It is a beefed up Lord at this point, almost 18 minutes in. But still, it was only Wayne that went down, so the Waynes will get taken care of. We'll see again, Rin.
Nag-flicker agad si Skylar.
You saw the preview too.
Tuno si Sutsujin doon.
You know, the amount of damage he's able to do with just one kick, one auto even.
Yeah.
is definitely showing does have all the items that he needs, really.
Piercer. Kaya pala, naka-piercer pala Shiki.
There's the pull.
I'm offended play onto Aran.
Oh, ito na. Aray! Binaril agad o, di na pinatanggal yung lamig. Bilis kasi ng cooldown nung ano eh. Rat-rat.
And now Sutsujin are trying to work on Fabian. Here's the dash out. 5.8k gold lead still for TLID.
Namili ng pagkain po.
You take away the momentum RRQ gained from getting that Lord.
I think, you know, even given this gold lead, it doesn't really matter. RRQ Hoshi is in fighting form. A lot of the times it's more so of the surprise factor, and that's all on Edok for the most part. Even earlier on for that Lord fight, you know, Witty went in. But then it was just good team fighting from RRQ Hoshi to actually go
Ang lag ng ano?
Dyron. The fact that he was able to buy time by taking the Lord,
Wala na
you know,
nagla-lightning.
that's enough to go ahead and bring yourselves back into the game, and all they need to do is really
Si Cecil
get past
siguro
that
pwede.
21, 22-minute mark, giving themselves a good position
Damn.
for the
Ayun,
next
oh.
Lord. Like I said, Skylar is exactly where he needs to be.
60%, 40% agad damage. Oh, hitbox, tatlo na tamaan. Bang, Sutsujin. Boom! Boom! Pinaulunan! Kalahati agad buhay.
Those shots up every single time. It's Susujin and Edok both playing that part. Maybe Dyron to an extent too has an endless battle alongside with him.
Papalibre tayo dyan kay Mirko, syempre.
You know, even with the Thunder Belt, Hunter Strike, and Team Karas, so that pulls not
Princess
gonna work.
treatment. Hindi, ano tayo dyan.
The work's cut out for them. You know, it's not easy sailing at all.
Napag-usapan yan.
Go ahead and get prepared
Na plano.
because the battle is going to break out for that Lord 30 seconds from now.
You really have to find a huge
31
pick off
seconds
you,
sa Lord.
regardless whoever it is. RRQ Hoshi, they don't have the advantage.
Fairness, no?
TLID is well ahead. Vision provided by Aran and by
Yung
the
RRQ hakapalag pa rin. Ba't lang? Antok pa rin ako. Ba't ganun?
They need to save up the battle spells, the flickers for the I'm offended.
Ako sana mag 100k tayo. Pero ang goal ko talaga 50k lang this year. Tapos naabot na. So, thank you. Okay na tayo. Happy na tayo dun. Sipa.
They're gonna commit the kick onto Dyron though. Dyron buying enough time, trying to work on Fabian. Off is revitalized. Sutsujin and the rest are here to defend.
Patay si Fabian. Grabe si Diren, ha. Anyari sa inyo?
Fabian down and the Lord is up. How does RRQ Hoshi
Kaya na ano, kaya na mag-lord ng RRQ. Sulit flicker ng idol kong si Rins.
So with that, RRQ Hoshi, good pick off, good.
Ay, wala sipa si Weedy.
But things will go into place. Skylar getting a position. They get the call to start it up. Fabian still 20
Kapot na
seconds
game.
away.
Sipa. Okay, di na kailangan ng flicker. Patay si Edok. Oy, Winter! Nice, Winter! Op, tumama isa. Op, isa pang pinatama. Patay Sutsujin to now! Bang! Tinamaan si Diren! Sinama ko ang Lord. Kanino Lord? Huwag mo sabihin kay Diren. Ba't di na? Kay Eskel na. Grabe si Shiki. Bang! Isa po. Only Rhapsody. Ang ganda rin ginawa doon nung Rora. Kaso wala eh. Walang magagawa si Skylar dito. Kay ano. Wala siya flicker eh. Grabe si skills. Tapos, pero si Shiki nagdala.
TLID comes together and now working on the mid lane.
Wala, na-draftan din sila na matindi.
Huge advantage, a 2-0 over the kingdom.
Well done. Well done. Weedy the poo. Aga kasi ng Fred rin nila guys. Parang ano. Parang boss eh. Alpha na lang sa ano. Sigat ito. Ang nala. Yan natin yung ano, last clash. Lamang na sila 4v5.
So with that, RRQ Hoshi, good pickoff, good usage of Dyron there on that Benedetta.
Yan natin ilang skill shot tatama kay Sutsujin. Wala, di nga tumama yun eh.
Fabian still 20 seconds away. They go in.
When he connects the wave of the dragon onto Edok, a double kill
Hindi tumama yung ulti ni Sutsujin. Tapos nanakap siya ng Lord. Sabay tinamaan ni, ano, in the lantern lang. Oh my god, literal lantern lang guys. Isang skill shot lang yun ah. Tingnan nyo. Ito. Sutsujin. Dito may ulti niya. So, wala siya na lifesteal. 40% pa rin HP niya. Mampa siya. Nanakap pa siya ni Lord. Pambira. Tinamaan ni Skill. Lantern 1-8. 6-3-3 each. Tapos low na siya. Hinampas ni Lord. Bang! Walang yung buhay yan. Paano yung buhay? Ang hirap ang buhay. Kahit ako mapapakwit ako ng Emil na ganyan. Di na tumama ulti ko. Ninakap ako ni Lord. Nalantoin lang ako. Tapos hinampas sa mukha ni Lord ng isa.
RRQ, TLID, the Suns are there. They're gonna bring down Winnie.
The hell? Pero ganda na ginawa ni Shiki dito. Ganito, kung natin masabing magulo yung laro nila eh. Tingnan mo yung mga sari-sariling laban. Si Shiki may sariling laban, Yeskel may sariling laban, Aran may sariling laban, Skylar may sariling laban, Sutsujin may sariling laban with the Lord. Si Dyron may sariling laban. Si Rins. Hindi mo alam. Tinulungan yung tropa niya, kaso yung tropa niya ayaw tulungan sarili niya. Si Diren dami. Grabe din si Diren. Tignan niyo guys. Yung mga, after niya mamatay, ilan yung mga ilagay niya. Kapag emo siya, nakabili. Bang. O, pagkabuhay niya, tingnan mo yung ilagay niya. Bap. Ang galing din eh. Kaso na sobrang sa pindot. Skylar lalim oh. Pero buhay. Na-low siya ni Na-low siya ni Yeskel din talaga. Nag-emo. Apat, wala na pala talaga siya. No emo, no dash. Bye. Grabe, second lang. Second skill lang o dalawa. Oh my god. 3-0-14.
Vitalize on top of that. Talk about unkillable.
One more check on one of the heroes here is the emblem on Yeskel. This is still the
Di ko sobrang masisitsujin kasi mapapakwit Emer ko sa mga ganong sitwasyon eh.
That's also what Rins did. But it's clear that Rins here is
nananahimik ka. Tatamaan ko ng may naka-lantern. Nampasin ka ni Lord, nakap ka ni Lord. Hindi tatama ultimo, pambira. Baka ngayon lang ulit siya nag-Fred rin. Pwede rin yun Baka hindi siya sanay.
Even with Fabian gone, it's going to be tough for them to try to rush this because there's just too much range, too much damage.
Salam eh.
It's like there's 3 cores in TLID's lineup. And
Faker from Temu.
The logic and the understanding of economy in MLBB. Looking at the damage output, Aaron Shiki, the Skylar, one of the 3 cores, quote-unquote, for Liquid ID, dealt 30k more damage.
And this is a Granger compared to the
ay gagawin ng ibang team para matalo TLID draft. Sa system kaya yung system. Yung Onyx naman, di ba? Kita nyo naman paano nila tinalo yun. Sama ng pakiramdam ko para ako lalag na din
damage. This was a lot longer of a game though. This was a 21-minute match.
SRG ba makatapat nila, guys? Hindi ba F-Con? Ay, hindi. SRG pa rin mga... Ay, hindi. Vamos or Spirit ang makatapat nila kung sino malaglag dito.
All of it together is pretty much Aran's damage taken stat.
On Aran. Not to even mention what Widdy does.
Widdy was on point. With those setups, with the isolation, the way of the dragon, huge and very impactful. As you already see both teams.
Wala na talaga sa TNC guys. Totoo na yan. Wala na nga yan.
Again, all in on Skylar. That's a story. So you would assume that the stats and the gold should have been more on Skylar. They should have found a way to funnel, right? That's the ideal here. But again, just the way that Liquid played that early to mid did not make it easy for King Skylar.
Aaron Shiki just way faster at clearing the objectives, right? I mean, even looking at the turret.
Hindi ko alam kung totoo yun guys. Pasensya ka na. TS or Vamos makatapat ng talo dito.
You know, I can't just give it up to Aaron Shiki though because Aaron Shiki
Hindi pa ako magbabalik casting, guys. Unless no choice na talaga, yung wala talagang kumupkup sa akin.
You need the whole package and Skylar right now. You know, it's not like he got killed early on. It's not like there was any major issue, any big whiff from Skylar exactly.
Wala tayong magagawa, guys.
Everything else is crumbling around.
Hindi lang naman ako yung hindi nabigyan ng chance, pati rin naman si Etomac, diba? Parang si Goyo, lahat kami, sila Jojo. This what it is. Hindi talaga natin masasabi ang timpla ng mundo.
It's so much easier for Aaron to get these numbers.
And
to be able to get these numbers, he relied on his mid laner. He relied on the Ghost of Jakarta. He just doesn't
The Ghost of Jakarta.
It's Yehezkiel.
Galing ni Yehezkiel dun, ah.
On point, the debut pickup and working in their favor. I mean, the later the game went, the more you got to see it scale. A well-deserved MVP.
Yung mataga tumakaklan ko, nakakayamot eh.
When it comes to TLID, it's kind of similar to Fnatic Onyx, right? They
Minsan
go
talaga
experimental, but they don't go too far out of the box, right? They don't go something that is as risky. When he's running on this Navarre, he's playing in the back line. But it's his setups that help the team to win these skirmishes.
Yeah, I like the way that TLID goes for some of those unique picks.
Tagilid masyado laro. Malaysia? Hindi, ay, hindi ko pwede pala sabihin yung contract details. Haha, muntik na mabait doon ah.
3-0 and 14. We said he only gets to die once. That happened in game 1. So now he's just, you know, he's just going to be clearing through.
Totoo ba?
Alright.
Tingnan natin ah. Oh, diba? Sakto, wala akong ginawa doon, no? Dito napunta. Nakikinig si ano, si Google. Ano ba to? Parang di ba ito to, kung laglag dito, dito mapupunta na dito. Di ba ganun yan, guys? Alam ko ganun yun ah.
Of the Ghost, my client, he is afforded 1 death per game.
May bracket ba dito na pinapakita?
So he's allowed another one.
Next series,
do they
next game,
stack?
sure.
Does he get like 2 next series?
No.
Wala eh.
1 per game.
1 per game.
That's why he's called the Ghost.
Gotcha.
He just has 1.
Alam ko ganun ah. So, pero correct me if I'm wrong na lang. Ganun. No, I did not delete. Hello, Alvin Math.
Get a Lord Still from RRQ Hoshi, but on the other side, Liquid ID.
Oh, diba? Tama.
Taking one for himself.
It was this right here.
Tingnan mo ah. Number 1, katapat. Sino matake? Si Flap. Si number 2. Yung 2, attack number 3, diba? What a play. Paano tayo angat niyan? Tingnan natin. Kaya tayo top 3 eh.
If they were able to set up 3 or 4 solid ways, and that starts really off of Sutujin finding an angle.
Kaya na natin to.
Cutting back
may mga nag-request ng clan war attack eh. Pagbigyan natin ng konti.
Almost solo killing Fabian. Like those are the ways that RRQ could have come back, but alas, that's assuming so much. It's assuming that Liquid ID would take it lying down.
You know what? I think I know what they need to do.
What do they need to do?
When you're feeling down, when things aren't working in your favor, there's really only one option. Hello Panda. Guys, get it. Fill your game with Hello Panda. Crunchy biscuits filled with creamy chocolate, the ultimate snack to keep you guys energized. Level up your day and visit Hello Panda website. Oh my Trex! What is this?
Dito ako pwede mga gano'n.
We shouted out Panda once, and you eat everything?
Yeah.
I was gonna offer something to the kingdom because that's what you said, right? They needed a little bit of sugar.
Wala pa naman nag-offer sa amin na yun eh. Oh yun, sakto Jericho Alicante, nagdaplano din talaga ako ng ano, parang look back dun sa year. Ayan. Starbucks or Tim Hortons. Matagal na ako sumuko sa Starbucks, pero nung na-discover ko yung barista drink, when was that? Kailan ba yung barista drink? 2018 ata? 2018 ko ata na ano. Ever since noon, naging yun lang yung only reason ba't pa ako naging Starbucks. Yung barista drink. Lah, DC ako.
Unlock additional pass rewards and immediately get Claude Challenger Spark. Hashtag.
DC tayo ah.
MLBB M6. Neither of you get a hashtag so far.
I don't have my glasses.
No, we're done. It's over. We are at match point, and RRQ Hoshi needed you to get that ad read right, and you failed them.
Kahit saan rin ako, babay ko sa edgy ko. Sana Pinas muna.
It's because he ate all the Hello Panda.
He's low on sugar, correct?
Sana yun
I'm
muna.
putting this on you.
Okay.
Once
I'll
more,
take this one.
Florida Man 3 is in danger of being disbanded. Second time tonight. Folks, we have a few moments to reset.
Ano magandang room ngayon?
We are
Mati.
going to go into a courtside interview. We have the lovely Michelle.
Matilda. Cho pala, Cho. Ayun. Cho, maganda. Ay, ano nga pa ulit name nito?
So now it's Michelle with Poji again, and now we are having the ex-coach of RRQ.
Si Fiel. Si Fiel.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
So now on the stage, both teams will
din to eh. Matilok din to eh.
to make sure with you which team you're
Ba't di napipick si Miyoto? Masyado mabagal.
Yeah, for sure I'm supporting
Sadaling
RRQ
kontrahin.
Because it's my
Oo.
team also. That's why I supporting RRQ.
Okay, check na check. Ingan and Brigida, super check. Triple check.
If the enemy is not from Indonesia,
both teams are
Nakapagod mag-cast, guys. Napansin ko nga, ang hina ako na mag-cast eh.
They got a rematch so fast in like
Ano
the
din?
knockout stage.
Affected. Ano ba? Parang ano din?
already expect.
Humina din.
I already expect because this is a drawing system, right? From Swiss round to knockout stage. That's why I expect that maybe at this moment. Yeah, I expect.
So it's like a rematch of your
Ilan naging girlfriend? Isa, legit, isa lang.
Would you like to bring some question about the grand
Isa lang.
Yes, sure. So for
Torpe gamers kasi tayo, guys eh.
How about you think about this? Because
Nervioso!
the final they go full series, 7 games. But for this time, do you think RRQ can go full series against Team Liquid?
At upper bracket final
Si Raul.
ML Indo, we get.
Ay, actually, no, hindi pa ako one thing na, fun fact about me, kaya hindi rin ako confident dun sa mga betting or anything. Never talaga ako nagsugal. Hindi ko talaga siya thing. Parang pinala ko ng magulang ko na, lagi akong takot sa pagsugal na parang masama yung sugal. So parang nung pagtanda na ako, nagkamuwang na ako. Hindi rin talaga ako na engage sa sugal. In fact, the only time na nagtaya ako ng pera, sumabay pa ako kay Manjin. Sa NBA, talo kami. Nabuyo lang ako. Pero hindi talaga ako tumataya. Hindi pa nga ako nakapag-casino sa buhay ko. Nakadaan lang ng casino. Tapos nakisabay lang din ako ng isang slot. Hindi ko pa nga gets yun. Tapos parang isang pindot mo lang pala, yun na yun. Hindi ko alam. Mga ganun. So wala, hindi... Sugal ain't for me, unfortunately. Or fortunately. Depending on your point of view. Sana mag-go ko to. Teka lang guys ha. Pwede. Pwede talaga si ano. Mahina si Minotaur guys. Kasi ang bagal. Tapos diba, ang weird eh. Parang ano bang first item mo? Flask or pakunat? Pag di ka nagpakunat, sobrang lambot mo na dahil dun sa mga nerfs sa kanya. Pag nag-flash first item ka naman, di ka maka-front. Pag di ka nag-flash first item, ang hina nung heal mo. Mga ganun. Q&A vlog, no? Pwede nga yun. Actually, yun nga yung pwede kong podcast format. Tinamad lang ako eh. Or more like, ay gagi na pindot ko. Ah! Siya nag-iisip. Sorry guys ha, mamaya na ulit yung usapan natin ha. Wait lang guys ha.
RRQ and to Popo G for sharing insights on this upcoming game. I lost track. Game 3?
Game 3.
Yeah, game 3. All right, it's been a long day, but hey, coach did say in the upper bracket
This is hard.
And then they rolled it back.
Gonna be difficult guys. Meron pang king. Oh my god. Kailangan ko yata mag-invi.
It was the same situation, 2-0. We all know how that played out.
No choice ako dun.
Florida Man 3 desk.
Okay, pwede na. Sakit niyang hit niyan eh, okay. We good.
Why is there hesitation
Tapos
in
pwede
your
to.
voice?
TLID just looks too good right
Pagkapatay nito,
clean. Unless, I mean, we saw,
Actually.
unless RRQ just been downloading. But at this point, it doesn't exactly seem like it's completely just in the draft. Like, FCon versus FNOP felt so...
Ay, di umabot. Bobo. Bobita.
TLID, their mid, their EXP line, everyone just seems to be really in tune and playing to their best ability right now.
All right, I can imagine that there's a lot of pressure on their shoulders right now.
Bobo ko naman dun.
Responsibilities on Skylar, King Skylar. Here's a quick quote from Coach Fiel.
Oh, punta yung mga wall breaker ko.
Of Skylar. This is actually from Dyren. Coach Fiel was the one we spoke with. As the in-game captain, Skylar is great at giving us directions. Since we are all still rookies, he shares everything he knows with us. He's very different from the
Kagulo
person
na,
he was
kagulo na.
back in season 12. So that's about a year and change ago. Before,
Disaster ah.
he's more mature.
Sana mapatay ko man lang yung ano.
Again, very evident that even in game, they all look to Skylar for that guidance.
The crown weighs heavy.
Invi please, Invi please. Umabot ka, Invi please.
To kind of keep on his back, right? You talk about the promise he made to the OGs, his former teammates, trying to get more than a top 3 placement. Right now, the battle for a top 4 placement is what is at stake with their match.
Rush ko na lang yung ano.
And then also to be a leader.
Grabe, hindi man lang ano. Hindi man lang ako makaka 2-star.
Grinding with him, preparing for these matches, and right now facing a deficit.
Kaya ko lang yung buhay nito.
That's a hard thing to come back from.
Definitely hard thing to come back from, and I feel like at this point,
Papasabugin natin dyan. Ayun. Okay. Wala na. All in na to. Suicide attempt. 2-star please. 2-star, yes. Oh, napindot ko yung attack. Nakaka-bad trip. Hindi ko ano. Hindi ko napag-isipan yung attack ko. Draft muna tayo. Tsaka na yun. Tara, si Yossi na ulit. Ang bobo ka! Napag-usap kasi ikot, napapindot ko yung attack. Ah! Na Blackstar. At least 2-star guys.
So it's going to be interesting how you kind of compare those stats. But nonetheless, just the overall element setup.
Di ako prepared.
Very important in today's day and age with these games.
Coach T, do you reckon it's time to bring out
Coach T? Sino si Coach T?
Shut down one hero, put it in the hands of Edok and say, you know, it's over. RRQ somehow end up with these Franco specialists.
I mean,
sino si Coach T?
True. They've had a lot of them.
Year after year.
3-0 na yan. Kalma.
It is game 3 at this point. You could bring something like that out and
sa pag-ibig lang susugan.
Yan ang technique. Well yesterday, man. It picked them apart piece by piece. So definitely something we could see. I don't think it would be an early pick. I think it'd be something a little bit later. The thing is TLID has such great poke compositions that even a Franco might not be able to save him.
I reckon. So if ever a Franco, a pocket Franco, especially Franco to turn things around would come out, it would be very late in the draft. Here we are speaking of game number 3 is afoot. The Kingdom up against a corner. 1 game loss away from being knocked down into the lower bracket.
Sana makakita pa namin ng hit ko. Sana nga ako din eh. Ah, si Trex. Okay. Would you go to FNOC ID?
RRQ on the play. Banning on the Fanny and the Hilda. Respect to Aran. Liquid ID banning on the same heroes.
Baka di... Baka wala naman ang matulong sa FNOC ID. Pero pwede rin naman. Offero nila.
Now, with the show being banned out, does this open up the door maybe for the Bruno to be picked up first for RRQ? I mean, they could still try and lock in Skylar and something a little bit more comfortable. Maybe even that Wanwan could sneak up in here.
See, that's the thing. There's nothing wrong with doing that. But what follows and how
Bruno's solid,
how Liquid ID plays the response to the power pick Bruno in the middle of the draft is what really matters. So
second pick ulit sila.
Just take it.
It's the power of the 2-pick swing from the red side.
Binanay Alpha.
Hit like a truck, and that's what RRQ is facing right now.
Which is why RRQ continues to pick blue side when they favored red so much. It's like that first game.
Ayun, nabit.
But here goes the risk.
Joy.
Here goes the roll of the dice instead.
Joy Bruno. Joy Bruno mo. Ay, glue.
Quick response with the glue and the Bruno.
Yeah. With this
I smell something fishy. I smell something fishy.
From RRQ. I was waiting to see it. I thought TLID would have picked it up. But it's gonna go into the hands of RRQ Hoshi alongside the Phobius.
Joy ka na, Joy. Joy mo na yan. Tas Cecilion Carmilla sa huli. Cecilion Carmil, Cecil Carbs sa huli. I feel it.
I was about to say it. The Franco. This would have been the game for it.
Okay, nag-break.
No way, no sir.
It would have felt
Fair naman
after this TLID, maybe even ban out the 1-1 just to really limit down onto RRQ here. But at this point, in this phase of the game, I like TLID's draft. They get the Bruno.
Ban nyo na yung ano.
Counter with the Joy. It feels
Pero baka mapa-overthink tong RRQ, biglang Rafa yung iba nila.
how this Eve's gonna be able to be played, how they can lock down.
May chance kunin si Luke. Meron yan. May chance yan. Ooh, chip ban.
What?
What's up? I said you got something.
Yes, they do.
Gatot ban.
How worthy is this glue?
The glue?
Because they picked it up early and they had an instant response. I think the glue is gonna keep the Phobius.
Ay, Nick, baka kajaban na nila, no? Para safe na.
I think the glue's gonna not
Anti-Kajabeya.
only but do a great job at diving onto this Eve and helping deal with the Suyo when the time comes. Like just consistently jumping around.
May Granger for the Bruno.
Who's gonna stop the Joy?
Pwede yung Granger,
There's nothing really to stop Joy in the tracks. Even when you drop down the RWM, it's gonna be a challenge.
Question: does RRQ have a Belleric?
Magic is my life.
We're gonna find out here momentarily. I mean, it could be
Harit
a wise
ban.
answer.
Makes sense.
Put up against it. Not something we see picked up often, but it has slipped through the cracks.
It's been like the
Cecilion fourth pick. Ilista nyo na. Pag hindi, push up. Dalawa. Dalawa na. Ano sa tingin mo magandang pick kontra sa Glue at Joy?
Doesn't feel very RRQ, especially with their first phase here.
That's fair to say. I mean, RRQ right now, their backs are against the wall. You know, they have
Chusana eh. Chusana.
Hold on, wait a second.
Beleric.
Okay, Mathilda is
Mga
gone.
ganun.
So Phobius, when you get into the heart of the battle,
Kailangan mo ng lockdown sa Joy.
Yep.
And then
Fred rin, mga ganun. Kaso wala na eh. Ruby siguro. Hindi, Kaja talaga. No choice ata Kaja. Cecil! 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 Cecil!
Unless you got something left in the tank. A Beatrix?
I don't know. I mean, like I said, you still
Dahil mahiya.
normally only pairs that up when he has a Cho.
Tapos Rafa.
When they have something that has some hard block to ally Skylar.
Beleric siguro.
So I feel like yes, Granger probably.
So, outdrafted ang RRQ. Dahil din sa sarili nila. Back-to-back games. Game 1, Game 2. Lapit na magdabab, oo. Ihahanda ako na yan para sa mga pagdating ng mga tropa. Valin? What? Okay. Sa bagay, that's, yes, Kel. Ano yung insta... Oh, Beleric nga, ayun. Beleric. Beleric.
Crossfire. The Ghost of Jaharta likes to play fair. He likes to play
Pick
safe.
dito.
So picking the Valentina here is definitely going to get him closer to the front lines. How do they close the draft up? They
Gatot.
still need a solid roamer. What's Widdy the Wise going to play here? No
Kadita. Kadito ro. Para puro magic.
I mean, it's still on the table.
Still not open yet.
Akai.
There's not too many options.
Does he Gatot? Hylos?
Gatot. Gatot or Akai. Weird no Akai eh, no? Pero malay mo mag-work. Gatot na safe. Push up na dalawa. Sige, push up tayo dalawa. Pambira! Tapos nag-Carmilla pa rin kayo. Hindi na lang nagsisilion. Oh my God! Pinag-push up nyo pa ako. Sinabi ko na yan.
When they can't think of anything, it's just,
Pinag-push up nyo ba ako? Yan din naman parang pipindutin nyo.
Let's go over to Jose Ingan and Naisu.
Diyos ko!
Thank you very much, panel, for breaking down, again, Game 3's draft. I think I know the little bird they're talking about.
Minali nyo pa yung Sicilion. Eh, yun naman din talaga. Pambira naman.
Yeah, I like the Belleric. Even the panel called it.
Magka-carms din naman pala. Hindi pa kayo nagsisilion.
To go for the electrifying beater, then just one Wrath of Dryad can actually do the job and stun the Joy and keep them off their tracks.
Man, the Belleric pick has been very interesting throughout M6, even back in the Swiss stage. It's great at locking down certain choke points, especially when you want to be able to move around the RWM, but We'll see if it's in RRQ Hoshi's
Baka hindi niya
plan
comfort. Header rin.
to take it to a game 4 ahead of them instead of getting swept here by TLID.
Real talk lang, hindi masyadong solid yung Matilda, yung Valentina. Pero, ano niya yan? Comfort niya yan.
From game 1, game 2, able to go ahead and punish even just like this in the early game, really putting pressure on, knowing the limit of how much they can get away with. And even holding on to this.
Speaking of game number 1 and number 2, this is what has been happening. Aran just really dominating the XP lane, not letting Dyren play. He did use the Hilda twice. Now it's going to be the glue, but still, it looks like it's the same story. An aggressive start on the XP lane.
Yes, skills. May family gathering sila. Kaya wala sila dito. Mag-push up ba tayo after na ng game? Para ano? Tapos na. Dalawa lang yun, mabibigitin lang.
You know, some of the challenges that TLID faced there forward throughout the Swiss stage, they've really refined their gameplay and their game plan.
Okay na may Beleric.
You know, they had a great time too. They were one of the first teams, or the first team.
Naka-revit ba siya? Eh, tama yung revit. Hindi pwede vengeance. Ganda na ginawa ni Garon.
Sujin as well. Here comes the revitalize coming in from Edok. Renz on the other hand trying to work on Windy. Still no casualties for both of these teams, but this is RRQ Hoshi just saying that.
Sa bagay, sakit din nung ano, no? Pag ginopya yung Eve ulti in combination with Carmilla, masakit din. Nakakil push up. Ano yung nakakil push up? Push up.
It's already up. It's already going to be spotted up and started up by Sujin. So already using just the real world manipulation to go ahead and just take it as quick as possible. So RRQ Hoshi will
gigil na gigil
locked in and secured first turtle of the game. Good decision there to go ahead and just take it. Blitz it down.
Yeah. RRQ Hoshi clearly they're decisive now. They're really going for these kinds of decisions, wanting to commit. And now they have a slight advantage compared to game number 1, game number 2, wherein TLID was just really controlling the mid-river, the neutral objectives. This might be an opening for RRQ Hoshi.
We'll see it once again. Skylar taking a couple shots here against Aaron Shiki, and when we look at these rotations,
okay.
want to go. Whenever you have the Suyo, you want to be able to put pressure on the jungle, and that's exactly what Susujin will do.
Kaya din ng Joy kataban pag walang Fred rin.
In this game 3, it's RRQ Hoshi to set the pace.
Di ko trip yung draft ulit ng RRQ. At the same time, etong Liquid ID, sabihin na natin hindi sila nagsisilon, pero goods pa rin yung hero nila. If Granger masakit na combo to, kailangan nating bantayan yun mamaya.
And then again, having Witty here, hold on, top side.
Suchijin joins the picture now. Fabian with electrifying beats, but Dyren just going in for the Infernal Pursuit, out sustaining damage from TLID, even forcing Aran to use a split.
Very interesting too, you know, not even needing any revitalize up there because Witty's down here protecting the gold lane, and now they might make a play. Witty's gonna be fine.
Sakit.
And that's the thing, you know, with this Carmilla.
Sakit ng poke ng RRQ Hoshi.
Able to go ahead and tank up some of that damage and then lay down the Curse of Blood and set things up. I'm wondering if they'll be able to capitalize on that because Yehezkiel,
I restream myself lang guys eh.
majority of the time at least take the real world manipulation like he has right now.
Yeah.
But we could see him change things up. You know, so far every single lane though has just been a duel, you know, back and forth between the XP and the gold, while both teams just kind of the trio mid lanes go and rotate together, leading into this objective now. Second turn of the game going to be smarted up by RRQ Hoshi. But it looks like this time around TLID still won't make it in time. So now 2 for 2. RRQ Hoshi building up on the gold lead now. Nice and comfortable at this point.
Yeah, and the thing is, even if we
bakit ba't natatalo ang mga tropa natin?
Extend their lead by trying to go for the gold lane. 4 members of RRQ Hoshi rotating down bottom.
Oh man, everybody's going to show up for this one. Witty taking a couple shots. RWM set up to cut them off.
Oh, but Yehezkiel has his own RWM. Now the tides have turned for TLID, trying to work on Edok, though. Wrath of Drive will connect. All the while,
First blood sa kanila po napunta. Ayun yung combo. Carmilla Link, sabay ulti ng Eve. Sakit. Patayala si Fabian. Uy, nabuhay! Ang ganda naman nung ginawa ng glue. Witty na yun. Ang kunat. Anong item yan?
Oh man, they wanted the fight and they tried, but Team Liquid ID comes out with the win in the exchange. Really great positioning from Aaron Shiki, even not to go down.
Oh no. May mali akong ginawa. Oh no. Anong item na ni Carmilla? Wala lang, ang kunat lang talaga niya.
That's why it
Well, sa bagay, early pa naman.
Just go for Skylar with the electrifying beat because there was no catch during that time. They were able to maximize the kit that they have because they know that RRQ Hoshi expended a lot on trying to bring down Yesgiel.
I'm even surprised because Drian went in.
Wait lang guys, meron ako trabaho. Yan, okay. We back. GG na. Sip ba? Ganda nung ano eh. Ganda nung yun ng kahit ng Liquid. Sa trades talaga na natalo RRQ Hoshi guys. Suyo first pick amps. May Joy. Joy Bruno. Pambirang buhay yan. Pero wala rin kasi Hilda eh. Tingin ko pag nag-ban ka Fredrin, i-pry mo na yung Joy. Ba't ka pa mag-ban ng Fredrin kung di mo rin mag-pry yung Joy? Parang ginawa nung Onyx, di ba? Ban Fred, Joy first pick.
Taking a couple shots both, trying to set up the mages, trying to find that opening.
Yes, kilo no. Tas Link, oh my God! The damage is real. Uy, grabe Fabian. Nasobrahan sa ML. Patay din, obvious. Nasobrahan sa ML yung ano, Joy. Hindi confident siya, no? Magkaka-ulti na kasi si Aran eh. Ayun o, ulti na. Hindi siya confident ano po. Uy, aray, oh my God, aray. Uy, nice pick. Shiki, sobra sa... Pag talaga nasosobrahan sa ML ang mga tropa eh. Masyado kayong ano eh. Isasobrahan sa ML. Champion versus champion na to guys. Please. Ayun.
Along with the assistance of Fabian, you're gonna break down Setsujin.
That was almost, we could have almost said that was a solo kill, but it wasn't. But still trying there, of course, fighting in the jungle right now. But TLID has some work to do. They got to be able to go ahead.
Congrats, Mapua. Yun lang.
Aaron Shiki, hasn't had the best time to farm up.
Pindot na pindot eh.
Skylar as well. Both gold laners start to shine later on, but even looking at the animation.
Okay naman yung app, gumagana pa rin naman. I-update lang.
He's now got the Berserker's Fury. And over on the other side, BOD Hunter Strike now locked in, still working on the next. Once that Malefic gun comes up, that's always where we see the power spike, especially with the Bruno. So Witty, drop it.
Ay, nalet Link, ulti Eve. Beautiful ML. Pero out. Ang galing, ginagamit na nila si Skylar. Ang ganda ng decision ng RRQ Hoshi guys. 8 minutes gamit agad kay Skylar. Yan ang tamang gawin.
So they're just trying to hold on to the tier 1 again. These are so crucial leading into that first lord.
Hindi ko alam kung totoo yun sa Falcons guys. Pero like I said, di na magulat. Fabian yun. Maganda rin palang combo yung Joy plus Carms kasi AoE. Oh, Shiki! Ganda ng flicker naman nun, Diren! Nice one, Dirensky.
Oh man, Dyron jumps in again, but under the turret.
Nice one, Setsujin. Invade agad. Good job ko dyan.
So 2 down, the 2-for-1 exchange. Lord is up now.
Guys, yung app, tsaka ako na ilo-launch pag legit na. Pag nakahinga na, ano eh. Gusto ko sana after ng 1 season ng TNC, kaso bakit na-record namin eh, kaya after na lang. Paganda muna ulit ng itsura sa media. Baka sabihin, hindi tayo nagpo-focus eh.
Now the Lord has responded here. RRQ Hoshi, 5 members are surrounding the Lord pit.
RRQ Hoshi's gonna blitz this. They're gonna try to delay it for TLID.
Obvious ang ano, no? game changer ngayong knockout stages, bigla.
Forced to basically go heal back up. They didn't have a choice, so they just see it. Great decision for RRQ Hoshi to go ahead and just secure the Lord.
It's really the pokes that comes from Skylar and the range also that you get from Rins. Just look at that. Not even full committing, not even full diving onto the members of TLID. They're able to force
Nakakantok lang.
to retreat.
Wait, no, kahit puro bakbakan, parang ang boring.
Quick work on the mid lane turret. They have that Lord up top.
Yung The Nationals, ang babalik lang din yung ano muna, basketball, NBA muna. Wala pang ML or Dots. Malabo na magka-ML doon. Ayun, Dota, ano na talaga, tahimik na game. Nice ult. Oh! Pinana. Game 4 ba? Diyos ko naman. Papakapin na naman ako. Kagura, wala eh. Wala siyang wave clear eh. Requirement halos ngayon yun sa mage. Tsaka wala, hindi na uso yung, hindi na nakaka-one hit kasi may mga kung ano item na. May Interna, may Rose Gold. Naka-out dun sa ulti. Grabe.
No casualties still for TLID and they managed to save the inhibitor turrets.
That's really one of the things that TLID has to do. You know, if they can get the Wrath of the Dryad ultimate out from Edok, then that's a big piece of utility that's gone because that is locking down the members of TLID when they try to rush forward. We saw that exchange earlier on in the mid lane. And so that's why you see them.
Ano ba sinabi ko na mistranslate? Ewan ko dyan, wala na din. Wala. Grabe yung skill. Pero patay siya. Okay, Link, sabay ulti. Doon sila nalugi. Fabian, patay. Patay si Fabian ba? Hindi, may dash pen. Nakita siya ng clips.
Still in the mid lane, it's going to be pushed by Sutsujin. He's all left alone. Fabian,
okay. Pero tapos na pala yung base nila. Tapos game. Okay. Di kasi kayo nagsisilyon. Joke lang. Charot lang.
Takes a game in the series. It's not going to be a sweep today. But
TLID, di sila nagsisilyon eh. Mistranslation na may halong misinformation. Wala na, boss. Immune na ako. Isang beses lang ako lalaban doon. Pinakita ko naman. Pumalag lang tayo isang beses pero wala. Nasa kanila na yan kung paano nila iti-take yung mga sinasabi ko. Nasa tama naman tayo eh. Kung i-hate tayo dahil sa bagay na hindi natin ginawa, okay na ako doon. I'm happy. Uy, nice mo. TH15 lang yung kalabang.
The kingdom is on the board, and when you're talking about the brawl in Bandung, there's no way you end it with a sweep. RRQ forcing us to go into game number 4.
Ito yata eh. Pero malalim pa. Pero okay lang yata to.
Ban the Hilda.
I mean, it's been very effective, right? It's stopping them from engaging as easy as before. Stop Aran on what he's comfortable on, but also you
okay lang ba
manifest
nagagawin dito. Let's see. Uy.
Talked about the
Glog.
Being a potential answer to the Joy.
I think it was
game.
Circumstance, like just the matter of the Hilda ban, the Belleric into the Joy, Skylar on a solid pick, the first pick Suyo and Sutsujin too.
Yeah, I feel like everything kind of worked out in that draft. For the first time, they felt a little bit in control, and the Hilda was definitely the first piece to complete the puzzle, right? It was the start of things working in their favor. And then once they have that, it gave them the ability to be able
Tapos kuha ko dalawa dito. Mga truck lang. Yan. Dali.
Kind of stack things up along with Skylar.
For the first time in a while.
All right. We got this.
More than once. The Ghost has suffered 3 deaths in this game, and
diretso mo yan sa Torre.
He's gonna have to put himself
diretso mo dyan. Ayun lang. Na-distract sila.
Than he has in what? Half a dozen games in M6.
Ayun lang, na-distract.
It's starting to see the cracks in Team Liquid ID and RRQ Hoshi.
Ayun lang, na-disrupt. Pwede pa rin nata. Wala na yung mga main threats dito tayo atake.
Solid stopper against the Cavalry's charge. More of that Valentina. We've seen this many times in many an esports event in MLBB Sports, where the Valentina struggles to find an ult to steal and just sits there. Because look, if you're... All right, we know for sure he wants to steal the RWM, yes? If you can't find Rins, what do you do?
You don't do anything. You sit there and you try to look and you try to search, or you die 3 times. Another thing that
nice.
I hear they couldn't do much. The Carmilla, right? It felt okay. The idea was kind of there.
Ubus ba sila? Hindi naman. Okay. We Gucci!
Only able to catch maybe 2 people with that ultimate. RRQ has a type of composition that has poke.
We goods. Loko-lokong healer nila yung Yeti. Lakas ng trip nyo. Atin na to. If walang team na ako, kasi pas mo nalipat ka ng laro for MLBB yata muna tayo. Hindi kasi ako dati, ito ang katotohanan, dati mahilig ako sa mga parang, yung hindi, kahit hindi ko na master yung laro, lalaruin ko pa rin. Ay, kakast ko pa rin. Dati kasi, syempre kailangan namin ng pere ng mga time na yun. Pero ngayon kasi, ayoko na nung magkakast ako ng laro na hindi ko master. So, I would rather stay na lang muna sa MLBB. Siguro, kung magkakast ako ng ibang game, pag sobrang na-interested talaga ako, pwede. Pero ngayon, ang siguro, pwede ko na maging malayong gawin is magcast ng Dota. Yun, kung hindi man na magkakas ng ML, baka Dota. Which is, i-relearn ko lang naman. Madami na ako hindi alam sa Dota, though. Pwede rin. Salamat po. Sige, ano po tayo?
Isn't a backline mage. It forced Witty onto something other than the Cho, onto something other than what he's comfortable on. And it faltered.
And this is Liquid ID when they're passive, when they're not allowed to flow with what they want to do. And now suddenly RRQ is in the driver's seat. Let's see how the defending champion
pinakamagaling yung matak. Eto si Flap tsaka ito SG King of Pain na yan. Tsaka si Hate, solid din. Ang lugi namin dalawa ni Hate yung equipment. Maganda yung mga goods yung mga namin, building namin, pero yung tawag dito, equipment, hero equipment namin, palyado, kulang, kapos. Kasabungan wala malabo. Pag inofera ng Super HOK,
Yeah, they won that game before he was able to even get matched.
Wala sorry na distract.
Very fast.
Ano nga ba?
Very quick, and Sujin played around those turtle pits very well. Able to control a lot, able to kind of hold back.
Malabo kasi hindi naman ako din magaling pa doon.
One thing I want to point out too, in this matchup, very different than our last matchup, the Suyo has been winning out against the Joy. And whether it's due to the picks around it or not, it's just an interesting tidbit.
I think it is indeed that.
Di ko pa rin kukunin kasi hindi pa ako expert dun sa laro.
Individual stats. It's what's wrapped around it. And I agree because again,
ayun, may entry point yung dito.
The draft just wasn't as well executed for Team Liquid ID here in game number 3. Hence why Sutsujin Suyo just run roughshod through game 3.
Then you know what's funny? I feel like
ayun lang, naligaw na naman yung King. Buisit.
For ways to work around the Bruno. But now you're starting to see teams find a way to work around the Joy.
Yeah, finding ways to work around it or finding them to at least pick a comp that doesn't work around it in a sense. I love that last play that we saw there, the Death Sonata, using the Death Sonata to roll out of the RWM. Very clean play by Skyler. It finally feels like we got to see a game where his team was working, so he was working, so he was able to make the plays that he needed to. And
nice! Sige, dyan ka muna. Ayan. Pwede na. Shoot na to, Shooting Gallery. Shooting Gallery Studios.
Can they keep up the momentum? We're about to find out as we roll into game number 4. The fact of the matter is, it all starts in the draft. The chess-like battle between the coaches, Coach Kescute and Coach Saint DeLuca's gotta get locked in. Speaking of chess, Magic Chess Go Go is a multiplayer strategy game now soft launched in Malaysia and Singapore. Pre-registration is now underway for other APAC regions, folks. There's no need for fast fingers, no need to be like Su Tsujin, no need to be like Fabian. Because all you need are strategy and luck. Those are your keys to victory. Team up with your favorite heroes and strategize with friends. Wherever and whenever. Put your strategies to test, outsmart your opponents, and claim the ultimate victory.
sa dulo. Swaggerino.
Hey,
totally down. GG.
I've never been a chess player, but I feel like it's the perfect time to start.
This has nothing to do with chess.
Actual chess.
Bawi muna tayo sa pro bago tayo bubalik sa casting at analysis. Adonis ang uli. Hindi ako pwede mag-Adonis. I'm not good looking, wala akong magandang katawan, at sobrang waldi ako magaling sumayaw. Matigas ang katawan. Ang boring ko pa kausap. Wala talaga tayong pag-asa sa entertainment business. Ano ba yan? May break pa. Wala akong inamin, guys. Wala akong inamin. Na-nerf yung YSS ng matindi ah. Uy, wala ba? Ano to? Eight minutes? Ay, feel mo tintin na wala madating, wala, tagal na rin kasi ng ML eh. Malungkot, syempre, pero it is what it is. We are at season 15 na eh. Kaya pa nilang tabusan, eh, Onyx naman daw magcha-champion. True. Joke lang. Nasaan na yung mga bisita? Wala, may sariling lakad po yung ano. Siya, paano yun? May Hito Marky may sariling lakad. Yeah, true. Business is business, guys. Ang technique naman nila ngayon ay mag-full invest. So, kuha sila all-star team. Sabihin natin, Yawi, di ba, in-announce? Kuha sila ng mga all-star pang player. So, kung ganyan yung mga player nila, edi kuha na sila ng superstar na coach, di ba? Yung may napatunayan na. Kaya, naintindihan ko kung ba't hindi ako yung hindi sila nag-proceed with me. That's just life. Ang hirap magpataas ng equipment, nakakayamat. Full naman na. Tamang farm. Benny cute. Sa Wednesday. Ako, eto guys sorry pero sa Tuesday wala ako. Wednesday meron. Gagawin natin lahat para makampleto sa finals, mga tol. Sabi ko kuha ang tubig, di ko na dila. Ay, ito pala. Thank you. Pero kumbaga lahat ng pinaghirapan natin nabura dahil sa dahil sa resultang di okay. Sulit na ata to, early fireball. So may mga mortar natin. Dito kaya early fireball tayo dito. Paling. Tago please. Yes. Sa pantago. Sa pantago ulit. Hindi kaya. Naka-reach yun eh. Okay, sip. Let's go. Oh, wala akong flinger. Wala pala akong donation. Ito na lang yata. Wag iba tayo strat guys. Wala akong mga pala. Wala yung mga sulit na ata dito pag ganito. Pambira, meron pang ganito. Buti pa siya may troops. Wala rin lang may stone slammer. Umay. Ito ko na papadala. Ito. Empty naman. Bam bam. Bam. Clean up here. Clean up here. Clean up here. Tangke yan. Okay, nabawi pa rin kahit disaster. Okay naman, nag-enjoy ako yung tinugtog hapon was Iglap by Tanya Markova. Ang nakakatawa kasi, yung konting kwento lang naman, ito. Yung meron ding nakijam na nauna sa akin. Tapos ang tinugtog niya Medusa by Tanya Markova. Pakinggan nyo yun, sobrang ganda nung kantang yun. At ang napakahirap din. At na-nail niya, sobrang gandang tugtog niya. Sabi ko, dapat ako yung pinauna kasi wala akong practice dun sa parang hindi naman, wala akong, hindi pa pasado, kumbaga, hindi pa pasado yung performance ko, di ko pa napacheck. Kinapa ko pa lang yung, buo pa lang yung song pero hindi pa talaga na green light. So, kabado ko. Well, di ako kinabahan. Nawala na yung kaba agad. Kasi nagkulitan sa stage muna eh. Tapos ang epic doon, yung mga tao, nakikanta, sumasayaw, tumatalon-talon. Sa inyo masayang feeling. Kaya yun. TH12. Pag farming lang, Sneaky Goblins lang talaga, wala nang iba. Sneaky Goblins, yun yung Super Goblins, sabay Wall Breaker. Tapos Jump Spell, Haste Spell. Ayan, wala nang iba. Pero kung ako, madaling makakuha yung hybrid. So, Hugs Miner. Pinaka-solid. Salamat, We the Keith. Yan. Pero babawi pa rin tayo. Klaus pa rin. Dami na mas magaling kay Klaus ngayon dahil dun sa mga depensa. Pero magaling pa rin si Klaus. Team game din kasi yung COC, kaya hindi mo rin masabi. Kapag mag-donate dyan. Ang gagawin favor na sa tournament ngayon, tapos first pick kami na magandang unahin. Hindi sa role Feeling ko sa meta. So kunwari ngayon, di ba kaso hindi ko alam kung ilang bans kasi sa tour na. Pero for example, ang malakas na hero ngayon is yung Bruno, di ba? Then Bruno gets countered by Joy. Joy gets countered by Fredrin. Doon sa tatlong yun. So, ang gitna ng lahat ay nasa Joy. Kasi si Joy, kinakaunter niya si Bruno, kinakaunter siya ni Fredrin. So, what you need to do, ban Fredrin, first pick Joy. Katulad ng ginawa ng Onyx. Parang ganun. So, isip ka ng triangle, as nasa gitna yung pipili mo, ibaban mo yung kakaunter dun sa gitna. Ganun. Yan ang easy way. Yan.
And bring it to the kingdom because they were in control for what? The majority of the
galing niya.
Well, it seems that
tinalo ko nga yung record ni Coach Chip
strategies in the draft to force picks into the hands of Team Liquid ID that they're comfortable going up against. If we start with, let's just say Witty, right? He runs this Carmilla. And which wasn't really that effective. I would say a little bit of an out-of-pocket pick, which RRQ Hochi was trying to force in his hands. But then you also have to look at other players as well, like Ezekiel, the ghost of Jakarta. You mentioned he likes to play the backline mages, but then they force his hand, force him on something that's a little bit more up close and personal, and then he finds more than one death in the game.
Coach T, what's gonna budge?
Coach T.
I think blue side's gonna budge here. TLID's gonna most likely secure it.
Dapat ganito yung mga ko. Wala akong envy. So, hindi pa yata kompleto yung spells ko. Matake ako hindi kompleto. Bobohan na naman
Instead of cryoing something else like the Suyo, something other than the Bruno, maybe go for the immediate Yi, maybe go for the immediate Cho. Some of those picks Team Liquid ID have to do.
So I reckon it's gonna come down to the coaches.
Matake ako nang hindi kompleto, sayang yung loots.
The spot where it hurts to attack Team Liquid ID. And now it's up to Coach St. Lucas and Facehugger to say, hey, we can adjust. Again, it's the mid duo that it seems like RRQ is just putting salt in the wound on. You're right. It is gonna have to be that sacrifice.
Wala namang gigabang pwede ka na i-rush. Wala na rin yung dalawang scatter. So, not impossible, I think.
For the defending champions, the kingdom on the up and up. Now we're gonna see finally who's on the play, who's gonna have that.
Problema lang itong
Okay, and they do the same exact thing they did in game
sa
number 1.
kaliwa
They take out the
dumaan.
Bruno, they take out the Wan, and now the Eve is thrown into the mix, but the big difference for RRQ this time is taking out the Hilda. They learned their lesson after game 1 and 2, and now it's no, the Aaron Hilda's just too much to deal with. We're gonna get it off the map.
Aaron Hilda.
Wala, talo.
Aaron Hilda.
Because there's
Natanga.
If there's no Shiki at the end,
then it's Aran.
It's Aran.
Understood.
Well, now the question is, do you pick the Cho up? No, they're gonna go ahead and go in for the Zushin, which did
Hindi pa naman sobrang end of the world. Pero parang ganun na nga.
Right? The Zushin walks because you go for that Wan pick off instead, and the Zushin was one of the deciding
At least makuha lahat ng loot sa kailangan ko dito.
So does Yehezkiel dictate the pace? Because this is one of the two problems that TLID need to solve. Does RRQ steal the Cho? Does Edok take the Cho right here, right now? Is it Chuyo?
I think you do. I think Chuyo. Chuyo's a solid up front line.
Corny naman. Mali yung mga ano.
Gives you answers. The one already gone.
RQ versus FNO Finals. Oo, grabe.
Granger, right? So maybe they lock in the Granger here. No, Aurora.
Okay, draft na.
Yo. We're reaching now.
Almost.
Why
the Aurora? Is the stopper that important? They're clearly telegraphing the wall set up for King Skylar.
I feel like they're up to a sneaky play. I mean, even considering they picked up their mage, knowing that a mage was already on the table.
Yeah.
So they have something up their sleeves. They're not going to count it out just yet. But TLID,
Watake nang di kompleto yung ano eh. Bobo eh.
pick up this glue alongside the alpha.
It's clear that their focus is still on Aran. They know that Aran is such a game changer, no matter what hero he picks. So, you know what? We'll still pick the glue.
I see it.
Flav throws all of the gloves off and it says, you know what? Just
Sinimplify lang. Ano yan?
favorite and the answer. Diren's
Yun lang. Ganun lang. Yung ba isa draft ba yan? Pwede yun.
I'm still in a place where the Phoveus doesn't look amazing to me right now. The Aurora doesn't look amazing to me right now. But depending on how they wrap things
Alpha
up,
Glue
there's still plenty
Sushin.
of possibilities. They do have
Halimaw ah.
first pick.
Hylos. Walang Matilda. Ano yung Hylos kasunod?
TLID ban out the Granger right here and
Ban
stop
Hylos. RRQ. Tingin ko lang.
That is key to understanding the big
Oh,
picture.
yung
We don't
mga
get right
restring.
now why they
Sulit.
crafted this way.
Solve na solve.
You know what? I'm gonna stand my ground and say this is still all set up for King Skylar. Like, that's why I think Liquid ID should start banning out whatever marksman hurts the most, because they're gonna have to tell Aaron, just hunker down, brother. Aaron, you're gonna have to pick whatever's left after we take out all the good marksmen in the second phase.
Outdrafted na naman ba RRQ? Let's see. Maganda yung Alpha. Kanina ko pa pinupush yan. Sabay, Hylos.
What do they slot in here? I mean, even the Mathilda, I would have said, would have paired off good with the Phoveus, but with that being taken off the table, bye.
Tas hard carry, no? Either 1-1 or Iritel.
What do they have in store? They have some game plan for this two-pick swing on the second phase of the draft. We got to see which way it goes.
Wala din nila binan Hylos.
On top of that, not too many marksmen available.
Baka ipipik nila Hylos, guys. Kaso may Sushin. Kailangan nila ng dive. Mga Khalid yata para sa RRQ. No choice sila kundi mag-Khalid. Harith. Yes. Hard carry na Harith. Ganun. Ano yung binan? Iritel? Oh, 1-1 nga. Sure 1-1. Kahit mag-Hylos RRQ. Kunin nila yung 1-1. Kailangan nila kunin yung 1-1. No RRQ. 1-1 Hylos yung last pick. Ay, hello. Ay, thank you. Thank you, Catalyst. Di ko pala nalagay. Okay na yan? Patapos na rin. Johead, para kahit mag-Hylos, goods lang. Understandable. 1-1 na to. Ano ba counter sa 1-1? Iritel lang, tsaka Harith. 1-1 Hylos! 1-1 Hylos! 1-1 Hylos! O yeah, Tigril pala. Pwede rin pala Tigril. Tig Hylos. Ay, Tig 1-1. 1-1 Tigril. 1-1 Tigril. Tig Harith. Tig 1-1. Ay, basta Tig or Hylos. Tas sabay 1-1 or Harith. Pero ako, Hylos 1-1 yung top 1 ko dyan. Beleric. Pwede na. So, ano. Okay lang, Beleric. Ano ka ba 1-1? Bobo ko naman. Sorry, guys. Sorry po. At least nakikinig kayo, di ba? Bea? Bea Johead, okay lang. Pero Beleric sa Suyo, check. Pag in-game.
RRQ's way, or will TLID end the series right here? Let's go over to Ian and Naisu.
Kapag ang pinili ay dun yung Beleric, sulit siya sa Suyo. Super good. Harith, super good. The last pick is Beatrix. Problem ko with Beatrix, wala siyang sure combo. Hindi yata sobrang solid yung Johead plus Beatrix. Hindi katulad ng Tigril Bea or Gatot Bea or Kaja Franco Bea, mga ganun. Not sure kung solid yung combo with Beatrix. Pero may Aurora, I guess. Beleric is their problem dito. Tapos, may Alpha na may Sushin. Sino papatay sa Sushin? Sa ngayon, Suyo lang. Kaso may pill ng Beleric. So para sa akin, TLID na to. Huwag yun na patagalin. Pagpahingayin nyo na kami. TLID na to, guys. Sana. Para makapagpahinga ng mga idolods. Balat na rin ako.
There's so much there that you can just lock down one area and win
Lock
a
down
fight.
one area.
Not to mention the Spear of Alpha. So this time,
Try ko panoorin ng Gandro pero di ko sure eh. Tot sa draft, ayan, ano ako dito. TLID ako dito. Doming Belix.
Every time I see the Jawhead, man, I do think, you know, it's a great hero to have. But it can also
I can be wrong. Maybe malaking dito. Phobius, guys. Sobrang laking bagay. Nakita naman natin kung gaano kasolido. Si Dyren. TNC Ryota. Pwede, no? Oo nga, no? Sabihan ko ngayon si Inoue na ano nga to? Mag-try out.
It's interesting too, just because of again, there's no revitalize, you know, this time around for RRQ Hoshi. So another factor that they have to worry about because of the extended team fights that could break out, or the way that Team Liquid ID approaches those fights, knowing
wala natin draw.
might have a little bit of more
ano, Bob.
here. Witty though, look at the damage on him.
Wala na palang draw.
Should heal back up with this. Turtles coming up though. So a couple of the level 4s not available just yet.
Okay, ayun pala. Makapagpahinga pala tayong walang draw. Yes, sir. Sawa na rin ako panoorin itong mga team, itong ano, TLID versus RRQ. Parang di ako interested. Di ako invested. Nice kills, Otsujin. Ngayon kasi dahil nga may alpha sila, hindi sila masyadong problemado nun sa POB. Na-taunt? Huh? Anong taunt yun? But pwede pala yun, nakadash ka na makapag-taunt ka pa rin. Okay yun ah. So, ibig sabihin, kung... ibig sabihin, kahit pwede nating expect na pag may Suyo, may Beleric na sa future. Oy, nice. Oh, Jawhead. Sa Sushin. Pwede. Oh. Hindi pala one-sided tong draft, guys. Pwede pala. Dahil sa ejectors. Coach Doming sa latam. Alpha bug? Ano yung alpha bug? Palink naman yan. Di ko alam yan. Kaya nagtatanong ng beer. So ganito kasi guys. Meron talaga mga masarap na beer out there. Fabian, buhay. Buhay. Si Ido. Paborito ko kasi yung caramel beer sa Rue Bourbon. Tapos, mahal siya. Ngayon, kailangan ko lang pala ng caramel syrup. Sabay, kahit anong normal na beer, sobrang sarap na. So, ang beer natin ngayon is the classic OG, Red Horse. Para malakas agad. Sabay lagyan ng caramel. Ayun, solve na solve. Alpha ko may sisilin. Hindi ko sure yun. So, ayun, yan. Favorite coffee? Yung ginagawa ko kasi, latte lang talaga eh. Milk na tamang-tama pagka-steam, sabay espresso shot, 2 shots espresso, 200 ml ng milk na na-froth, Gucci. Okay, Fabian nakakuha. Pretty dead, pero okay lang, Fabian. Na ano yun? Nailagan ni Diren dahil inangat ni Eskel. Ganun ba nangyari dun? Disconnection sila dun, no? Sayang yun, no? Ayun, no? Disconnection sila, guys. Kung dalawa yung na-attack doon, no, kasama yung si Diren, tsaka si Doc. Yan. Doon nalawagi si Pabian. Sayang. Disconnection sila.
You know, for RRQ Hoshi, great exchange. Getting a couple kills. Even Skylar making his way. He used that flicker down too.
F-Cup.
Rinse,
F-Cup.
You know, not able to get
F-Cup
taken
5 kasi
down,
ko alam
and
eh.
Susagen on top of it. Will now get the tier 1 in the bottom
Smirnoff, hindi ko masyadong trip eh. Sana bibili yung syrup kahit saan, guys. Ito lang yung Da Vinci. Sa usual na mga coffee shop may nakabili ng caramel syrup. Tapos sa ano tawag dito? Grocery, guys, normal lang yung caramel syrup. Hindi siya ganun ka soup wag yung syrup kunin niya, wag yung sauce. Sauce kasi masyado makapal. Syrup kahit sa grocery may mga caramel syrup. Lagyan yung yellow tas haluin nyo. Yun, solve. Local beans, candied coffee, medyo okay na. Semi-pricey. Yardstick, ayan. UCC ako bumibili. Roasted coffee. Beans na hindi pa ground. Pero yep, UCC solid.
More big items being picked up. Skylar taking a shot right there. Again, he's only got the Malefic gun, still working on the BOD. And then even some of the defensive
sa akin, na-disconnect lang ID. Liquid ID. Ay, Team Liquid.
Of course, the glowing one for Rins. And then for
Papa 5 games bata tayo nito mga to. Oy! Pahinga na. Gusto ko magpa-massage. May suggest naman kayo ng magandang massage place sa QC. Yung malinis baka yung bigay nyo di okay. Uy, nice peel. Ayan, ito na yung ideal na scenario para sa Team Liquid. In-out sila yun pasok, tas hatak isa. Pasok, hatak isa. Parang magandang pagti-team fight nila. Sa box lang, grabe. Box discipline. That's what you need. Yun lang si Aran na assist. Pero 2-4-1 tas third. Okay na rin yan. Ay na kailangan. Parang dati alam ko sobrang galing mag-alpha nito si Pabian pero parang siya ngayon off or di sila siguro tagal na rin din ng laro. Ang off ng laro niya pero usually on point siya dito, yung sulit yung niya, ulti palagi. Nuatay hanggang anong oras ba yung Nuatay? Yung hanggang kasi anong oras ba ito matatapos? Ayun. Sige, Nuatay, madami naman siguro. Hindi naman. Curve. Hindi ka pa na-try yung curve coffee. Shoutout from Dubai. Hello, John Ropel. 3-in-1 na kape. Wow. Ito, yung local, great taste, white. Kaso ngayon, ang tamis na masyadong great taste, white. So, balik ako sa San Mig Coffee. Yung San Mig, yung blue. Yan, number 1 yan. Pag nakahanap kayo ng Old Town, yan ang the best talaga na 3-in-1. Box play, good box. Ay no, Pabian patay na naman. Weird. Pambira
Every single team fight they choose to take, there's no response so far.
TCG. Tinigil ko na rin yan, magastos na hobby. Sakit sa bulsa.
Keeping him in check right now.
Engineering student po tayo dati. Coffee ko brown, okay lang. Kung mahilig ka sa brown coffee, nilalag na tiyo ba, Ben? Okay, content creator tayo bigla, out of nowhere, kahit mahihain ako. Naging content, guys, eto na, let's be honest naging entertaining lang naman ako dahil nandito sila Marky Energy drink dati. Medyo umiiwas ako sa energy drinks ngayon Maganda ba yung Pokemon TCG? Try nga natin yan. Perfume collection, hindi eh. Hindi ako nagko-collect ng perfume kasi kuha ko isa, tapos yun na yun hanggang maubos. So far ngayon, ang upper bracket match lang ngayon. Ano ba, so far ang meron ako yung nag-start ako dun sa blue na polo, Ralph Lauren. Prior to that, puro prescripto lang ako na na kopya-kopya lang. Yung kopya lang, yung prescripto. Alam niyo yun, ako aware kayo dun. Parang kinakopya lang nila, class A. Tapos, pagtapos nun, yung Bulgari Extreme, ayun, tumagal. Eh, may nagregalo sa akin nung number 1 na pabango ng mga Pack Boys, which is in Dior Sauvage. May nagregalo sa akin ng birthday ko. Ayun, sakto pagkaubos ng ng Extreme. So, ang wala akong perfume collection kasi inuubos ko muna bago ko kumuha ng bago. Pero meron ako yung parang, uy! Grabe. Fovius ni Diren. Grabe. Skylar, no? Beatrix. Ang off ng nagka-disconnect yung Team Liquid, guys. Kaya talo sila. Alright, game 5. Hi, what a life. What a life. Hindi man lang tayo pagpapahingayin.
Your snacks and your drinks, because it's been one hell of a night of MLBB for the teams.
Hi, buhays. Talaga. Game 5 pa nga. Ay! Wow! Now that you say it. So meron akong, di ba nakwento ko, meron akong, di ba meron akong cologne na parang everyday use. Zara Tobacco nga yan, sakto. Yes. It's really good. Hindi lang ganun, pero mas pangharabas yun, kumbaga, pang everyday. Ganun. Ayun lang, Aaron Sleepy. 10 games na. Pagod na.
That certain expectation because they're going all the way. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to game 5 for this upper bracket semi.
And technically, if RRQ Hoshi can pull this off,
dapat naglagay na ako nun sa Shabas.
Sweep in their hands. Now both sides, one more match to go. Trex, we did it again, the 50-50.
Yung Zara Tobacco yun yung gamit ko. Mura din. Hindi siya sobrang mura pero tatagal kasi siya eh. So in a way mura na rin. Ang lasa ng Red Horse naman. Masarap! Go-to ko yan ngayon, Heisenberg. Kasi masarap na siya, may tamis, tas malakas pa yung malakas pa. Diba? Yun naman yung dahilan kapag ka mag-Red Horse eh. Gusto mo ng Tsaka bagay siya dun sa pagka-woody ba ng caramel, tsaka ng malty ng Red Horse. Na may konting tamis din yung Red Horse. So, compliment. Life with SLE. Ayun, mahirap. Sobrang hirap. Sobrang hirap. Pero lalaban lang tayo. Hindi ba delikado? Ang alin po?
If there were maybe one more hero that actually needs to get in there, play the paint, maybe Woody's Beleric would have done good. But here, what was the best you could do? Like stop the jawhead from getting
sa finals, guys, mag-announce ako, baka magpa-watch party tayo ng personal. Hindi ko lang alam yung details, pero nakasana sa mismong watch party ng M6 Tagalog broadcast nandun tayo. So, meron tayong venue for that.
Glacier comes down. Rins played so cleanly over that game, but I love how you mentioned the jawhead because IDOC, man. I'm starting to feel like it's not just Witty. It is a battle of the roamers because right now IDOC is also on fire. He's doing what Witty was doing those first 2 games. He is all over the place making plays happen.
Yeah, morning caramel syrup. Yep, that's good. Try nyo guys. Number 1 hack yan na nalaman ko recently. Kasi nga nahiligaw dun sa caramel beer sa Rue Bourbon. Then nalaman ko, lang pala yun, syrup lang. Sunmig nga lang gamit nila dun eh. So, mapaparami ka talaga kasi hindi ka matatamaan. Sunmig light lang eh. So, mas maganda, Red Horse, di ba? Yung gamit ko dito yung Da Vinci. Pero, na lang yan, madaming brands naman dyan na goods.
this draft.
Ay, sorry, hindi QC yung venue. Ano to?
There's nothing wrong with it.
Makati.
It's not pushing RRQ's buttons the right way. It's pulling back to
2 pumps kasi ko eh. Ano ba yung 1 pump ata 15 ml? So parang 330 ml na Red Horse is katumbas niya. Siguro 30 ml pero di ko sure, baka masyadong matamis yung 30 ml. Baka 20 lang. Don't quote me on that kasi hindi ko naman talaga mini-measure. Pero siguro ganun lang. Not more than 30. Not more than 30 ml. Pilsen, pwede. Sarap nga na Pilsen. Foot zone? O sige. Ako din napapapikit na eh.
All it scored was the second turtle.
That's it. No tower. Nothing.
And even with that second turtle score,
ang tagal nitong series na to. Hindi naman nakakatuwa.
deficit, which led to RRQ just taking the game. I didn't even notice it was 11 minutes. I just knew that Liquid was in trouble.
It was a very fast
Pwede
match.
natin laro yung Steam game.
The momentum has shifted to the other side of the playing field. RRQ Hoshi, very comfortable so far.
Thoughts sa Smirnoff. Sakto lang, hindi ko masyadong trip.
The castle is gathered and they are cheering
mahal din eh.
for their team. One more match to go between these two amazing.
Hot or iced coffee? Hot coffee, but it depends kasi pag nagbabiyahe, kunwari long drive, the best ang iced coffee.
And they are here to cheer on their king, the MVP for game number 4. It's none other than Skylar on that Beatrix.
Ano yung clip? Ano naman tayong clip?
And luckily,
anong clip? Anong na-clip sa akin?
like, there's nothing wrong with her. Like, she's an A+ pick.
Yeah, definitely an A+ pick. Not a niche pick at all. And that feels like the gold lane in general. Bruno and Granger seem to be the only real standouts.
Ano maganda attack sa TH12? Naalala ko TH12 ko dati ay hybrid. Yun. Sobrang dali ng buhay. Pwede natin laro. Little Nightmares 2, guys, gusto nyo i-try. Nakakatuwa rin to eh.
Haskell, forget about it. Like, we're here to end things. We're here to take names and make heads roll, and that's what that Skypiercer was.
Sabihin nyo pag draft na. Pero may kinig naman ako eh.
Real quick, revisit the very fast 11-minute game.
Yeah, just a lot on the table for RRQ Hoshi to clean up. Just some great placements from IDOC on this Jawhead as well.
Launching.
Some excellent gameplay, pretty much
sa MRT. Oy, legit tuwan-tuwa ako sa ano. Sana hindi nyo masamain, pero yung blind massage. Yung massage ng mga blind people, yung mga vibe, yung mga ganun. Yung sa Star Mall sa MRT, malapit sa MRT. I dig that. Gets nila eh. Kuha nila yung kiliti eh. Kuha nila yung tamang-tamang pressure eh. Parang sulit eh.
Okay, so but what's interesting is that's been one of the toss-ups between a lot of Beatrix is do you first pick Malefic Gun or do you second pick it? Hiko's one of the gold laners who has been first picking it, and now it seems Skylar is one of the gold laners who has
Little Nightmares muna tayo mga tol.
The Malefic Gun, and I think against the Harith it kind of works well. Harith has great
new game tayo, new
lane.
game.
He's able to clear those waves, so it gives you a little bit
Ay,
of an
hindi
answer to
kita.
that.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. It all comes down to this. Can Liquid ID pull out a new trick from out of the bag? And
ay, hindi pwede.
This is the brawl in Bandung, right? We're gonna go all the way anyways.
Ayun.
Do you think it's going the way of Fnatic Onyx versus
Marvel Rivals, di pa eh. Maganda ba?
Suddenly, the one who started the series off strong, going to pull out a
Parang naglalag ulit sila.
as close to normal draft as it could go for the cavalry.
Legit yan, Raz. Wala naman silang pake.
We're hoping for.
They're running out of options, right? They have to be very textbook about this and not play to the hands of RRQ Hoshi.
Ang lag ng stream eh, no? Ng M6. Teka nga.
Because game 3 and 4
sobrang taas naman pala ng ano natin. Resolution natin.
But it was the same way in the first
Ganun
two
tayo.
games, right? It felt like RRQ was kind of getting smothered a bit in some of those games. I feel like we haven't gotten to a game that, that 20-minute pressure. We haven't gotten to that moment where it could go any way at
like
all.
a true back and forth.
1920.
We haven't seen it just yet.
Could it be this one?
Yan.
I mean, we're here now. You know, we're at game 5.
If it's not, then womp womp, right?
Exactly.
If it's not womp womp, like what else does Coach Saint DeLucas and the Facehugger have in their blue little notebook? Like, how many ways can you gallop?
How many ways can you gallop? Little nightmares tayo, guys. Matagal. Oh, understandable naman from Munton. Maganda tong Little Nightmares. Yung Little Nightmares one super good eh. So, sana maganda rin to. Nakatakot din.
Who was the highest damage per minute in a game in the M Series history? Like, who has the highest damage per minute?
Is this player or hero?
Haji yan. Haji. Sagot dyan. Tingin ko. Haji or Yue? Ang sagot. Lo.
Like, who has the highest damage per
Ano na naman to?
Is this player or hero?
Meaning player or meaning hero?
Nanny on series.
Player?
Player.
I'm guessing it's player, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna break this down. Yesterday, Skylar had the most
Ano to? Hindi niya kaya na naglalaro ako? Ganun ba yun?
So, with that being said, it could be Skylar once again. I think it's gold.
Hades, oh, natapos kay Hades.
Skylar's been around.
Yeah.
He's been, what, 3 M series now? And consistently performed.
Or could it be like Kelron Assassin?
No, Kelra, this is Kelra's first M series.
Naglalag din niya kaya ng ano?
Kyrie.
I'm like an assassin pick.
Coffee concoction.
Mid laner.
Okay, clues, folks. It's a mid laner. Type in chat. It's a mid
Haji or Yue lang yan.
Type in chat. Get in there. Get in there. Who do you think
Hindi kaya, guys. Naglalag.
That is a really good question. And
Hindi tayo makapag Little Nightmares.
M4.
Sanji or Few?
Sanji, that's a good one.
I'm going Sanji.
I'm going Few. That's my guess.
Anything?
Folks, you know what? Y'all can guess along too.
I'm going Sanji.
There may or may not be a
Anong guess niya, guys?
Alright, here we go. We're gonna reveal the answer. It is Sans.
Ah, Sans? Oh, okay. Hindi kaya ng Ryzen, no. Huwag niyo nang sabihin yan. Baka lalasunin niyo na naman ako sa pag-upgrade. Ayoko na. Ba caramel syrup sa Pure Gold? Di ko malala. Pero parang meron. Meron din sa marketplace ng Facebook, guys. Doon pwede rin kayo, kung interested din kayo sa mga better coffee, ganyan. Coffee equips. Ayan, maganda sa marketplace. Phasmophobia with the voice, pwede. Ano specs ng PC ko? 2070 lang to, guys, eh. Basic lang tong PC ko. Hindi pa to, Ayan. 5900 na Ryzen. Pero yung RAM ko ginawa kong 32. Tapos 2070. 2070 lang ang aking graphics card. Torani, maganda yung Torani. Yes. Salamat, Edsel Mercado. Sulky. What? Meron nga ba sa Pure Gold? Pero yan, sa marketplace ng FB pwede. Ayan, Allegro. Yan, guys. Di nyo pagsisiyan, Red Horse plus Caramel Syrup. Kung hindi man, Pale Pilsen is enough.
Another good point is, who did FNOP say they wanted to face in the upper bracket final?
Laro nga tayo. Minsan nga magsistream nga ako ng
So what's liquid here is just like, hi.
We'll see you later, maybe.
It's Fabian. I want a solo kill King Kong.
I want to solo kill King Kong.
That's what it is. Folks, here we go.
They're like, whoa, he's kind of scary. Let's just...
Game 5 proper is upon us. Here comes the draft. Liquid on the play. Banning out
Anak ni April Boy.
and the 1-1 and the Phobius. While RRQ take out
Ano pinaka nahirapan yung Jerikas na match? Teka, mahirap yung mga matches na hindi MPL kasi lagi may matic issues, mga ganun. IESF has always been like that. Yun siguro, pinaka na-stress ako yung IESF last year. GOF din, ayan. Grabe, ang bilis na mag-pick nito mga to. Nagjo-joy lang to eh. Chow ako dito. Chow Granger. Hindi. Bex. Bex to. Bex Chu. Kaya Valen. Valen pala, pwede rin. Chu Bex na lang. TLID, pwede na yan. Granger. Chu Granger. Yep. Joy. Joyable! Sutsujin, mag-joy ka na. Ka na mahiya. Ay, Ryzen 5900 sabay 2070 na GPU. Pinsan kumakain. Chintaw. Ay, legit masarap yung chintaw. Busog ka din doon. Ang laki nun eh. Pero check sa akin dyan. Ito pag nakapag-Indonesia kayo guys, try nyo yung bintang. That's the best that I've ever tasted. Mas masarap pa rin ang Pilsen. Pale Pilsen pa rin all the way. Pero gusto. Oh! Ling! Merong Chu! Sige na nga. Ikaw na yan eh. Chantel Brigida pala. Ano ang best match so far ngayong M6? Kaya upgrade tayo ng 3060 pag may pera na. Ano nga ba yung best meron eh nung group stage? Nung Swiss meron eh. Ano ba yung best? Meron na. Yung kay Innocent ata. Binata. Yung nakakambak niya. Di ko masyadong trip yung Joy XP. Ano yung rice coffee? Angeling ba to? Sa Granger, no? Pwede rin.
Game 5, do you have anything left in the tank to face Sutsujin's signature
Ban Ruby.
It's up to Fabian now.
Dapat Intel. Salamat sa 50. Binuo ko to pang laro lang, di ko talaga pang i-stream, nagkataon lang. Sa Mindanao, di pa isang beses pa lang napag Mindanao, which is Davao. Sabay Roas, yung night market na yun, Roas night market ba yun? Tama ba? Sana tama yung pagkakasabi ko doon. Napakasarap ng pagkain, napakamura. Ang imba, parang weird, parang siyang anomaly sa Pilipinas. Kasi ang sarap talaga ng food, ng street food. Ang linis ng lugar, ang daming tao, ang mura ng tinda, ang sarap. Weird. Pero, yun, credits doon sa nagtakbo nun. Okay, mag-ano to? Ay. Okay, Angela ba? Hindi na mag-Angela to. Tingin ko lang. Pang-idok eh, no? Last pick na siguro. Kuha kayo ng MM. Bea. Beleric. Bakit Valentina? Vex ka na talaga. Aurora or Vex lang. Pero siguro Aurora mas maganda. No Khalid, no? Baka ma-force sila mag-Faramis. Although counter sa Glue, all other heroes counter sa Faramis. Aurora ata to. Aurora. Sabay Bene. O kaya tank. Tigril pala. Tigril Farah or Tigril Vex. Hylos. Oh, okay.
What does the ghost pick up? What does
Lilia?
end up with? Oh, girl. It is.
Parang RRQ ata panalo, guys.
We're at 74 unique picks now in M6.
RRQ ata to. I-retail. Oh, thank you. Shoutout sa'yo, Bot. Anong touch niya ako? RRQ ako dito, guys. Kahit tunaw na yung utak ko. Sigma, hindi ba? Onyx PH M6 ata, guys. Ang lala eh. Ang lala ng lakas nila.
Now brought to the table. Let's take a look at the draft one more time. Who you feel more for Game 5?
I mean, in terms of the late game, you can't go wrong if you have a Lily or a Cecilia. In this case for TLID,
gusto rin boses ni Ingan ah. RRQ ata ako, guys. Reverse sweep. Biggest problem ng BTK, ano sila, hindi sila masyadong batak kasi nung sa region nila wala masyado silang kasabayan. Ayun lang. Summertime Saga. Isip nga ako ng pwede nating i-stream. Pag nag-stream ako ng mga game, ng ibang games, parang mas maganda. YouTube kaya o Twitch, anong mas trip nyo? Sa akin mas manonood.
Now talking about the draft here, the fact that
Eve wins games. I agree.
From what we've seen in the mid lane so far, now how
Coach Siren, naghanap ng Coach Ameno. Sa Wednesday may kasama tayo sa stream. YouTube pa rin. Ah, sige. Okay. Madali akong kausap. Sobrang dali kong kausap. If you want YT, let's go YT. Pero ibang games yun, hindi yun ML. Gusto kong laruin ulit Last of Us 2 tsaka Ghost of Tsushima.
On the show, he might get, sometimes a little overzealous and get punished, but nonetheless, he's had a phenomenal performance up to this point. And looking at the emblems here, this is the other thing. Susujin, like our panel said, they asked him. He is the Ling, and he runs the Warcry here. Fabian, though.
Okay. Quite low. A good response coming in from RRQ Hoshi.
RDR? Ano yun? Red Dead Redemption, yes. Sige. Pwede rin yan, RDR2.
Wow, there's enough of moves there.
Forcing out the Tempest of Blades early on. That was a good play coming in from Yeskiel. Now Fabian, he has the Queller.
So, Suyo over Ling.
Really limit testing, in the early game at this point. Already getting those
Patay, Idok.
out. Oh, Idok!
Grabit pa yun.
Goes in.
Disaster si Idok ah.
That's a solo kill right there, and now Turtle for the taking.
Grabit pa.
All the while, Susujin just focusing on his purple buff while Yeskiel making...
Lag naman ang stream ng M6, nakakayamot.
TLID starting out strong, a kill for Fabian, plus he secures the turtle.
Minecraft, di ako nagpo-Minecraft. Tsaka GTA 5, parang di ko ano. Sabi nga nila yung bago Indiana Jones daw maganda. Lol, yan. Dati naglalaro run online na di ko sarado. Online ng aking kabataan. Isa akong swordsman. Yung nakuha ko, mahal na yung espada ko nun eh, may kidlat. Nakalimutan ko lang tawag. Pero di ako nakalayo. Pero okay din, lumakas din. Plus 7. Nakakuha ko ng isang plus 7 which is in that time napakamahal. Plus 7 na may kidlat na maganda yung stats. Sekiro, sige. Elden Ring. Sa FB hindi lag, totoo ba? Sige, YT tayo. Para madali, no? Pero hindi kaya... sige. Wala tayo paki sa algo. Bahala na.
No casualties yet for TLID once again, but they were able to take down a strong start. A 0-2-0 for this Belleric.
Yung swordsman na... Yung in-type ba yung may tranquility? Tsaka yung pampabilis. Tapos na may combo na masakit damage sa mga 1v1. Alimutan ko eh. Tapos meron akong pet na natontuwa ako bilang isang bata na wala namang pera. Tapos pinag-ipunan ko yung husky. Nag-auto-loot. Napaka-cute. Chain together. Sige. Nag-rage kit sila Melo. Di pa laglag Falcon. Int ka, tranquility. May masaya pa bang run server ngayon, guys? Uy, nice ult kay Rins. Nice ult kay Rins. Panalo ata RRQ sa fight.
as they take down
Naubos lang sila.
But TLID, the rest of the cavalry on the attack, gonna bring down Edok and Dyren.
Kuha nila third, pero lamang liquid. Okay. Ba't ganun, no? Kung sino yung feeling ko malakas na draft, sila yung natatalo. Siguro na-overhype ako dun sa Ling. Wala rin combo yung Ling eh, no? Walang sasabay sa kanya. Siguro mamaya, late game, pwede pa. Lilia, goods. Kulit nun. Pero napag-push. Mamaya, si Skylar makikita natin kung gagana. Mirror yung gagastos ata yun eh. Oh, Legend of Zelda. In fact, sobrang ate ko sa Legend of Zelda. Meron akong ano. Yung Switch na binili ko, binenta ko yung lumang Switch, bumili akong bagong Switch na TOTK. Sakto birthday ko pa yung na-launch yun last year. So yes, Zelda fan. Ito, meron na tayo dito. Winasak lang niyan eh. Winasak ni Mio eh. Si Zelda. Si Link. Wolf Curse. Monster Hunter series. Parang sobrang all-in eh. Pero try ko. Masaya ba kailangan may kaibigan dun eh. Sa Monster Hunter. Hindi kaya ng solo. Hindi ako naglaro ng Genshin. Magastos daw eh. Oh. Dragon City dati. Pay to win nga yung Mirror. Ayun, outs na tayo dyan. Ano nga yung Chain Together? Bakit parang familiar? Gusto ko rin ng ano yung maghanap ng laro na malalaro namin nila Marky na magkasama tas lap trip lang. Oh, Telltale. Anong masasuggest nyo magandang Telltale game, mga tol? Kaya nung solo. May thrill. Up. Aran. Bus agad yun. Uy, nakasakay. Galing naman yun dun. Oronski. Blue wins games. Sulit na ata yun kahit na-dead siya. Galing naman yun dun. Dirensky. Tapos ngayon may ano na siya. Radiant na. Okay. Kaya nang humarap. Galing na talaga ni Skylar magana eh. I-retail. Among Us. Chain Together. Check ko nga yung Chain Together. Gusto rin namin yung horror games, pero pag nandito na si Dilar, pagbalik ni Dilar, dun ka ayan mag-horror games yung mga kumag. Magastos lang Genshin sa mga magagastos. True naman. Ay, may overcooked ako. Nag-overcook nga kami sa TNC. Isa sa mga exercise ko ng communications. Kaya pwede. Ay, yung props, nakatawa rin yung props. Yung ano kasi, yung gusto kong laruin, yung kaya namin laruin sa isang PC lang para mahirap yung kanya-kanyang PC. Hindi namin ma-setup. Dead for Daylight.
Shots coming in from RRQ, making sure that Edok cannot just zone out the members of TLID, making quick work in the minions in the middle.
Europe MLBB ko, wala pa, ano pa, hindi pa ganun ka-develop. Kailangan pa ng more tournaments. Ba naman tong... Uy, sipa. Walang Fury. Hindi siya naka-Fury. Sprint pala siya. Weird. Baichu. Doon siya nadali. Doon natalo mga kabatang. Doon natalo mga kabatang. O dalawa, walang purify ang ating bossing. Itatry niya magnakaw. Papatay, subukan mo ba yan, pre? Ayan, nasipa ka tuloy. Ayan, ang kulit mo. Uy, buhay na si Killer. Wala na sipa. Wala na sipa. Pwede na i-go. Oh, kaya pala lumapot si Idol Sutsujin. Pares mo na pala yung kanyang i-retail.
Enough to go ahead and stall things out and
Nice
go for
one.
the reset. Both teams might just wait around almost.
May ulti pa si Rins.
Still witty blade armor now for him. We saw Skylar's damage already the preview when he pops that heavy crossbow.
Pwede pa ilaban.
They set things up. Edok still
Nice play, RRQ. WWE.
So they'll find themselves in this situation now.
Inspi? Ano yan?
And despite this lead, even the poke coming out from RRQ, of course, he is going to have to be able to respect some of the damage coming out in return, but
ano sinabi ni Inspi?
Just because of how much threat there is.
Anong
this Lord pit.
And at the same time, with you can't just go in for.
Di ako napaglaro ng Yu-Gi-Oh dati kasi wala akong kalaro. Super Ace. Oh, mayroon pa akong meron pa akong restreaming rights sa tawag dito. Sa Snapdragon, so pwede pa natin kunin yun.
That's why Ezekiel trying to zone out the members. Here comes Dyron though. Is he gonna cast a split? Real world manipulation coming in from Rins. Here on Shaky just dishing out the damage with the Rhapsody. Rins has to flicker away. Around caught in the midst of everything. There's the glorious pathway. Windy with a kick and gonna bring down Dyron.
Dyron already out of the picture again.
Yun lang, malaking bagay na pick up si Dyron. Si Dyron.
Reset again, even with Dyron out of the picture. So still, neither team wanting to fully commit. They continue to test each other's limits.
Ang Aston kung bibili ng Falcon, makes sense. Para sa akin, nag-make sense.
But TLID still wants to poke them down.
Uy, yun lang, nagkamali sa Tsujin, damay sa stun. Patay. Loko-loko din, sumugod, sinalo yung stun. Pambira ka, boss. Uy, no.
Grab the purple buff. Edok trying to provide that vision, but TLID still wants to poke them down.
Ayun no, pambira naman, boss. Nagpadamay ka pa sa
But TLID still wants to poke them down.
Damay pa sa sinalo open arms So now I come to you with open arms.
Again, with this Lord pushing in, they should be able to hold it together. They might lose that tier 1.
Di ko kaya solo clan war.
But they're still in the game.
May na pa tayo matake. Nag-aaral pa lang tayo ulit ng... Ang problema kasi, nag-start ulit ako mag-COC. Habang nandun kami sa Bren, yung Bren nag-aya sa akin dun sa may, MSC. Noong time na yun, sobrang OP ng Root Rider. Kahit di na ako mag-isip, ang dali mga 3-star. So hindi na ako masyadong, nag-aaral. So, hindi ako batak sa COC ngayon. Ayun. Ngayon, ang dami kong hinahabol tuloy. Hindi ako nagseryoso Root Rider lang ako magdamag Hindi ko na inaaral yung iba. Na-nerf. Ayun. Wala na akong wala na silbi yung
Clearing it out. Susujin dealing with that bottom side.
Oo, dati Root Rider lang Okay na. Masyado madaya yun na mali ko. Akala ko yun na forever. Na-nerf. Ayun. Kailangan na ngayon ng mga equip. Hindi nakaabol yung equipment ko. Ayun lang.
Even if it comes down to the base, it might be up to them, but Edok, this Belric has not been working out.
Okay, Lavalons. Yung Lavalons kasi hindi naman super OP dati. Parang may prone pa rin na kahit tanga, parang pag tanga ka umatake, talo ka pa rin. Parang ganun. Yung Root Rider, sobrang laki ng margin of error. Okay lang kahit magkamali-mali ka.
Reactive type of hero wherein you're gonna wait for TLID to go in full commit with the dive and then cast a Wrath of Dryad. But TLID
Lavalons. Nakabutan. Hanggang ngayon naman may Lavalons. Dati ako, Blizzard Lavalons. Ayun. Pag nagkamali ka, disaster. Blizzard, yung may blimp na Super Wizard, sabay envy mo, tapos Lavalons pang clean up.
And now you got to see how locked in here for Aaron Sheik. He's also got the wind of nature, so he has enough defensively.
Lethal Company? Sige, check in.
Healing that sustainability from RRQ Hoshi, whether that's the revitalize being dropped down, but so far
Hugs Miners sa TH12-13 hanggang dulo. Farming tool ko talaga yun. Tapos sa 12 and 13 dati, sure yun. Kaya man 3-star nun. Ganun din, hindi rin pwede ka rin magkamali. Pero okay naman siya. Parang pasok siya sa maraming bases. Kayang-kaya.
We'll see if they can make a play elsewhere because right now Team Liquid ID wants to make their way to the
Summer, di ako nag-summertime sa akin dati. I-drug pwede na yun. Kung ayaw mo, gusto mo mag-chill sa buhay, i-drug ka na lang. Lakas nga rin eh. Fire Girl and Water Boy. Yun yung nilalaro nila, nakaraan na. Nila Hito.
And again, look for a proper angle for deliver the way of the dragon that Cheat can do. And the beauty of the lineup of TLID.
Layo kasi ng mena, guys. Pero try natin.
It's not even just the Cheat can do or Aran's Glorious Pathway that procs.
Yan nga natin, 7K lamang. 15 minutes.
Sometimes forces Sutsujin to use the Templars of Blades right away.
It's almost enough, and I like how Witty was just kind of waiting with Fabian there, even as they were pushing down that bottom side, the long lane from this Lord, just to make sure that he can rotate and he's going to be fine, especially when the Retribution's up. So that time is now. Sutsujin picking up the BOD.
Monster
They'll
Lane.
get the information they need.
Crazy ka. Okay, ito. Game. Wala easy. Zinonot ni Aran. Walang punish. Okay lang. Understandable. Split ka muna, Sutsujin. Hala, bumaba. Ha? What? Sutsujin? Ba't ka bumaba? What? Why? Why? Patay si Diren. Hey, boy. Yeah. Sutsujin.
Will successfully steal it away from him.
Why? Why did you do that?
We see this so often now, especially with how popular Granger is, and now they have Sky Piercer there. Part of the equation, man. You gotta have the team to body block.
GG na ba to?
Really starting to hurt. Witty picking up this immortality means that he's probably gonna force.
Dami nga gumahin ng Granger eh. Bumibili pong pagkain. If kung maganda yung offer, why not?
This Airthil has done wonders for the teams that have brought it to their games. But right now it's dealing with a ranged battle. Rins will also get a Divine Glaive, so perfect timing on the base defense as they try to clear things out. They get the black shoes out.
Stun. Okay. Ay. Walang yung lag talaga, Obisit. If din eh, no?
They got the black shoes, they got the flicker down.
Okay. Def nila dalawang lanes. Gucci. In fairness, RRQ. Uy! Grabe ka na, Rins. Patay ba? Patay. Hindi. Pabian. Okay, kumukulit. Goods. Di ba tayo babalik ng casting, guys? Bawi muna tayo ng record. Para di naman tayo super bash.
Yeah, I would say successful defense by RRQ Hoshi holding down the walls of the base. Right now, 2 turrets still up, despite being down this much. Still got to give it to their lineup that they have here. Able to go ahead and lock things down. Rins as well. This time, they still get a position because they want to go ahead and allow that purple buff to be secured if it can and go in the hands of Sutsujin. It's going to work on the orange for now, but still. Again, RRQ Hoshi staying.
Grabe guys, ilang oras yun ako sila sa mga 3 hours and 22. Thank you. I love you. One more chance sana sa TNC kaso wala eh. What if kunin ka ng Rora? DG. Although, I'll say this. Wala naman ata akong spot doon. Ang strength ko eh, stats tsaka draft eh, Dexter na yun in MTB. Siguro kailangan nila more motivational coach eh. Eh, nandun na si Coach Serada. Boss Rada. Wala talaga tayo spot doon. Mas magaling naman na data analyst sa akin si Dexter, di hamak. So, wala tayong ano dun. Wala tayong slot. Sa true lang. Patay si Idok. Uy, Sutsujin. Pero na-reset nila. Yung maganda. Oh, thank you, ML team. I love you. Ayan lang guys, focus tayo. Uy, grabe kasi. Ang kulit mo, Sutsujin. Ano yun? Oh my God, patay si Diren din. Ah, grabe na. Ba't hindi ka rin mag-glue, ha? Sakay baba flicker, sobrang bilis.
trying to catch up too, but I'm surprised.
Ang lupit mo to na. Fairness sa kanya. ML na ML gumala. Kaso yung jungler niya, baliw eh. NT lang. Pero I gets ka idea kasi napa-ulti siya. Maganda niya mag-ulti siya pag medyo retrihan na para may ano pa rin, sulit. What if ko na ng Onyx energy? Pero bakit pa sila nag-champion sila ng wala ako or dalawa lang sila. So medyo wala rin akong spot sa Onyx guys. In reality. Ba't pa sila kukuha ng ano, 'di ba? Parang okay naman sila.
Not sure if they're actually going to be able to get this. They do get a black shoes already out though from Yehezkiel. So again,
Gold versus Heat. Okay,
gonna try and work on the bottom lane turret.
Lugi tayo doon. Hindi naman nasasaktan nata.
Still saving one more hit of that turret, making sure that the walls of their kingdom.
Di tayo Aurora. Walang pumasok sa akin na PH team ngayon. In reality. So,
21 minutes in as Skylar picks up the
okay, 30 minutes.
And this has been enough time.
Ito na yung sinasabi kong hindi na masyado nagmamatter gold lead. Benefit lang ng Liquid is meron sila na push na inhib. So, tingin ko Clash for Clash pantayan na to. Unless mayroong mag-throw ng ganyan. Ayun, tinamaan. Sakit. Ayun, tinamaan pa si Sutsujin. Wala nang lipad. Pupush talaga to. Walang glutas, walang lipad. Ayun no. Oh, ganda knock-up. Dalawa na huli. Wala, grabe. Sayang lang yung ulti ni Sutsujin. Nasasaktan siya. Binaril. Normal attack. Ay, hindi na. Talon na. Pero nakakuha sila ng inhib. Dalawa. Wala. Tapos makakakuha silang Lord. Nice one, Liquid. If ever di ka naman sa TNC Convict ka ba na kaya ng lineup na yun? Di ko matansya kasi wala dun sa lineup. Right? Di ko alam eh. Di ko rin alam talagang lineup nila eh. At ko na nakuha nila. Zaida daw, solid yun. Kung sakaling matutuloy yun. Na medyo na-confirm naman ni Carl at ni Doggy. Di ko alam eh. Pero for sure, hindi magsi-0-14 yan. Yun na lang sabi ko. For sure, hindi 0-14 yan. Yung lineup nila. Sure yun. Nakaka-playoffs yun yung lineup na yun. TLID, TLPH. Pero mas may chance pa ako doon kaysa sa Onyx or Aurora, guys. Pero low chance pa rin yun. Kasi may coaching staff pa rin yun. Patay si Rins. Ay, naharangan ni Idok. Patay si... Uy! Shutdown. Okay. Sutsujin. Let him cook. Ayun lang. Nasipa. Kapag imo. Bye-bye. Sayang. Let him cook na eh. Ngayon lang nakabiling winter. Tapos na yung laban. Hindi ganun ka. Siguro wala rin siyang gold. Kaya rin ano. O di ko masabi. Kaya din hindi siya napag-winter. Wala eh. Blacklist pwede rin. Mataas potential ni Cousin guys. Si Salvik. Bata rin yun. Bright future ahead din si Salvik. Basta mabantayan lang. Matulungan lang ng ano.
This could change the course if they can turn it around. A couple immortalities for them. And still holding on to that wind of nature. Now Lord makes his way into the base. How do they pull this off? Witty goes in.
Okay, there's a conceal. Not gonna commit the G-Tundu. Here comes the glorious pathway. They can actually focus on taking.
Tapos ba? Tapos? Okay. Ay! Pina 5 games nyo pa. Tatapusin nyo lang din. Okay. Teka lang. Save natin.
History for now will be repeated as the cavalry goes through the gates of the kingdom. RRQ Hoshi, as now they're one of the teams to represent Indonesia in the top 4 and going to Axiana Arena.
Yay! Okay, alam na natin, Liquid ang katapat ng Onyx ulit. Tama ba? Tama. So, we Gucci! Salamat! Nakakuha tayo ng donation pa rin. 1,000 na lang magdadabab na kami. Which is gonna happen sa Wednesday. Ito guys, unfortunately, wala akong Tuesday kasi meron din ang mga meetings na pupuntahan, meron din ang mga gagawin. Ayan. Sabay, ano pa ba? Thank you sa mga nag-stay sa stream natin. Slow day pero nagawa natin ang paraan. And then, ano pa ba? Tuesday wala kami. Lahat. Including myself. Pero Wednesday nandun ako. Kahit restream myself, I will do it. Pero nangako naman ang mga katropa natin na pupunta sila. Tapos, by Tuesday siguro mako-confirm ko kung ano yung plano natin sa M6 restream ng finals wherein may chance kayo na makakita kami face-to-face. Bali, ano na lang yun. Alamin na lang namin kung paano kayo masasama dun sa listahan. Ano yung kailangan nyo gawin para makapunta dun. Pero essentially, matutuloy yun. Tuloy na yun kahit anong mangyari. On-site. At makakasama nyo kami, makakulitan nyo kami. Siguro magpapagames tayo dun or kung ano man. Ayun lang, pahinga tayo. 11 pa naman yung Onyx. Sakto na Wednesday na makasama. So, ayun. Hindi pa ako kinausap ng Geek for coaching to answer. Wala, bihira. Konti lang din makausap. Wala nga ako makasap sa akin in total. So, in totality. So, yun na yun. Thank you guys. Sorry, low energy na tayo. Pagod na rin. Buong araw na rin tayo. Isang 3-hour stream. Isang 3-hour 30 stream. Isang 2-hour 30 stream. So, mula di pala. Mula alas 3 pala tayo nag-stream. So, ano yan? 7 hours 40. So, is what it is. Thank you so much. GG's and good night. Hanggang sa muli, I love you all. Bye-bye.